Steel Toe Morning Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show, the last of the week. What? The last one we've got for this holiday shortened week. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
And I think this one's going to be a good one. I made some people mad.
Again?
Yeah. God damn it. It's just my station in life. I sit here. Here's what always gets me when people first start hating me. It always gets me because I'm like, I'm a happy guy.
Typically.
I tell some jokes. I've always got a smile on my face, unless we're getting our, ass kicked goal-wise. And by the way, we shook off last night's defeat. We got a win this morning. We're ahead 15 for today. Someone did ask earlier, hey, if I throw in that 100 and, and you even out from the night before, do we get that overtime back? And I said, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we will, anytime this week that you guys go over by the amount we missed last night, I absolutely will honor that with 30 extra minutes of show. So say we knock out tonight and then someone goes, hey, this is for last night. I will go till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm not saying April has to join me if she has shit to do or if she wants to or if she doesn't. I will do that tonight. We will do a 3-hour evening show.
That's fair.
If that's the case. But really, all I'm looking for is a winning streak to start again. We got it tonight, or we got it this morning. Let's get it tonight. 2:35 away. We were $15 in this morning. Thank you to the morning show crowd for being so generous. So let's have another W. Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo are the recommended ways to do it. But Super Chats and Rumble Rants are great. I'm a little worried about Rumble.
Why?
It was dangerously low when I looked. I don't. It says 5, but it hasn't moved from that number for like a half hour. So okay. Well, now it shot up a little bit, but it's only like 10 people on Rumble. That's never the case. I'm worried that something's wrong with Rumble, or maybe I've just run my course with Rumble and they're tired of me, and they're like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm done with him too.
Maybe they're upset with you too.
Maybe they're upset with me. I've been pissing everybody off lately. Oh my God. It's, I made gamers upset. Well, that's not true. We've gained like 100 subs in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, it's been good.
Because the Elisa Jordana people are glad that we're back and shitting on her for the, and we didn't just decide one day, hey, let's shit on Elisa again. There was a news story where her producer guy got arrested for being a kid toucher. And we reported on the story, and our audience was like, yeah, this is the Elisa guy that we wanted you to talk about. I'm like, all right, let's shit on her too. And then we got audio of her going, oh, I like him. He's got a mental illness, and he's going to fix that. And oh, yeah. And then she went and found an old Hollywood drug addict's dick to suck, I believe.
As you do, I guess.
That could be wrong.
Isn't that how you follow that up?
I should say allegedly. I'm not sure.
You don't know.
So at any rate, yes, we have a great show planned for today. I did upset some gamers. And this is one time where I didn't mean to upset anyone. I thought we were just making fun of a silly video.
Well, you're not even a gamer.
I'm not, which is why I had no idea. And then Johnny writes me today. He's like, oh, Battle Brother Zio was telling me, oh, you Bud Lighted your show. I'm like, I Bud Lighted. I go, first of all, if I could ever have Bud Light's numbers, I would happily Bud Light my show. Do you know how excited, even in their current state, I would be to have Bud Light's customer list?
Probably pretty excited.
I'd be stoked.
Dylan Mulvaney, #1 fan.
I need Dylan Mulvaney to become the spokesperson for Steel Toe. So he goes, oh yeah, they're pissed over at this babyface and heel channel, or heel and babyface channel, where this AZ guy is. He's like, oh, they've got 10.5 thousand subscribers. And, you know, I kind of have to remind people once in a while, because remember, just a year ago, we had like 2,000 subs.
Right. It happened quick.
So people don't really, realize how big of a jump we've made in just a year, because we do such a damn fine program. And I was like, Johnny, that guy knows, like, we have 10,000 too. Like, that's like a neck and neck kind of a thing. If they're, oh no, they're coming after us, what are they going to do? Well, apparently they're mad that I made fun of this AZ video. And you know what's funny is I was actually making fun of Hasan Piker.
Right. It did seem a little more Hasan targeted.
Yeah, I think Hasan is a fucking dipshit. That's the guy I think is silly and wacky and whatever. But he was making fun of this guy AZ and said that this AZ guy needed a lobotomy. So I'm like, all right, let's check out this video and see if indeed this AZ fella could use a lobotomy. And we watched it. And we did not walk away from it thinking AZ needed a lobotomy, maybe just like a cookie and a nap.
You're right. Relax a little bit.
We just thought maybe he should chill because he was playing a video game, a game that I'll be honest, I've never heard of. Again, I'm not a gamer. You know, I apparently made all these gamers mad. You don't want to make the gamers mad. They don't understand context. There's a lot of Asperger's syndrome in the gaming community. And I'm not saying this as an insult. I'm saying I should have been more sensitive. Because they don't get social cues of like sarcasm and, you know, what we call the classic hate, where we can make fun of both people at the same time. They very much, the people in the gaming world have a very much, you're either with us or against us.
Yes.
Kind of mentality.
So
I wasn't sensitive to that. See, my attitude is I can be for one guy one day, against him the next, and for him the next. It doesn't matter. We're having fun.
You're very much a what have you done for me lately?
You're exactly. I'm a Missouri guy, the show me state.
Yeah.
So you show me something kind of silly, I'm going to make fun of it. You show me something cool, I'm going to love it. And so this AZ guy makes his video, and I make fun of the fact that this guy's really losing his shit because in this video game he chose to play, they asked him his pronouns. Now, does the pronoun shit kind of annoy me too? Yeah, a little.
It's retarded.
It's stupid. It's silly. It's dumb. But, you know, if it pops up in a video game, do I feel the need to really let loose on a tirade? No. And I was pointing out that's where this guy and I are different.
Okay.
This seems like a little bit of a leap here. It just seemed like he was trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. And then the other funny thing about the video I found was that he fired up the game and played it immediately after the rant.
I liked that part. That was my favorite. But what if he'd been asked like 8 times that day what his pronouns were? Wouldn't you be tired?
Well, I don't know if he... I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he was being asked about it a lot or what, but I think he just wanted to yell at Bethesda Gaming for a while. And again, honestly, didn't even dislike the guy. In fact, I found him very energetic.
I do agree, though, like that doesn't need to be in a game.
Right. Well, yeah, and he and I, that's the funniest part. All these people were mad at me, and I'm like, you understand that this guy and I probably agree on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm always, getting shit for is that I don't take it as seriously as I'm supposed to.
Well, maybe you should work on that.
Maybe I got to start taking pronouns in games seriously, but I didn't know what Star Fox or Starfield or I sound like an old man.
Starfield.
Starfield.
Stargazer.
Seinfeld, I think, is the name of the game. I don't know what it is.
Maybe you should take sensitivity training.
I should take sensitivity training. I should have to go to the Holocaust Museum for this one.
That's a fun trip. I'll take you there.
I've never heard that before from someone who went to the Holocaust Museum.
Dripping in sarcasm.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know what? It's a gas.
Oh, for God's sake. See, to the gamers who are going to watch this, she's kidding. All right? She's joking.
Am I, though?
Frank Pellegrino becoming a Steel Toe Bro for his 7th month. Thank you, Frank. Get your tickets to see Chrissy and Lila Hart and Nikki Ricada and myself and a bunch of other people. Saturday, October 21st at Partners Pub in Sartell. If one of the mods want to post the link to Eventbrite in the chat, go check it out. Get your tickets. He says, AZ is a lot of fun and a treasure. I'm sure AZ didn't take offense, but the fans can be a bit touchy and sensitive.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you, Frank. It's true.
What I'm trying to say is I forgot how gamers are. And they are very touchy. They are very sensitive. And I'm not a good fit with them because I'm very flippant.
I don't think I'm allowed to forget how gamers behave.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you smash $50 merchandise more than twice a year in your hobby is, it's getting to you a little bit. But again, that's just me. Let's go to the audience a little bit. Then I want to finish up with this AZ thing. We'll clip that. We'll put it up there because Lord knows I don't need these fans blowing a gasket, losing their minds, yelling and screaming and causing themselves a fucking coronary.
Would you say this is your apology?
No, I'm not sorry.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not sorry in the least. I thought what I did was very funny. And,
it was great.
And I thought it was very good. I just thought that maybe, as Anthony would say, we got off on the wrong foot. Mm-hmm. That's all.
That's a good way to end that.
We're going to rewatch the thing tonight. I'm going to explain myself better, and this will be my official record. And you know what, Frank, if you're still watching, would love to have AZ on the show. Because like I said, I bet you if we have this AZ guy on, he and I are probably going to agree on just about everything. Just a couple of skinhead Nazis, making nice. I'm kidding, YouTube.
No, he's not.
I was joking. I said that both of us were Nazis. I don't think I'm a Nazi. Well, no, I just don't want to speak for AZ.
Allegations.
What if that's part of his thing?
Yeah, what if he is one?
I'm not.
I'm
not
at you now.
Here to wreck it for anybody. Was you waiting for me? Oh, see, I got that one.
Very
Says,
good.
what happened to the last live? It's up.
No, it's what happened to the last
What happened to the last live? Or what happened to the last live? It's still up there as far as I understand. I haven't gotten any notifications that it got taken down.
What if it's not?
Uh-oh. Then I'm really in trouble.
You're having a rough one.
What the hell have I done?
Making people angry, including the platform gods.
Happy Plague Doctor says, yeah, Chrissy is on with them as on Friday Night Tights. Yeah, I don't think I said anything bad about the fella.
You can come off a little callous on occasion, but I think you're funny.
I can definitely come off as insensitive, but it's never intentional. It's usually just, I'm having a good time. I'm a bit mischievous.
Did it get away from you?
That's why my friends call me Whiskers, because I'm curious like a cat. Frank says some of the fans lost their minds over Gavin McInnes flashing a fake penis. Well, that would upset me too. I'd rather see Gavin McInnes' real penis.
I would too, actually.
Let's put the secrets, let's put the whispers to bed. Huh? Pool Scam Sam says, rumor has it Aaron cleaned out the buffet at the reception last weekend. Allegedly.
Ooh.
Now, why?
What?
Why?
Was that true?
No. I did finish April's plate.
He did finish my plate, but
I was already drunk by that point. I needed some food.
Actually, the food was a good thing for you.
Yeah. Mr. Me says, who's getting mad in the chat about the whole AZ thing? Everyone chill. We ain't no lefty. Oh, no, I just got a notice from Johnny today. Like, oh, yeah, the fans of that show are all riled up and everything else. And
how dare you?
I want that guy on the show. He seems like a nice enough bloke, as it were.
Bloke?
Mr. Q says he got called out on Friday Night Tights one time for liking chicks with sticks. Okay.
Kind of weird.
I certainly wouldn't hold that against him either. He can like whatever he wants.
I guess you can, yeah. Sticks are fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, look. Frank says, by the way, AZ is pronounced as. Then don't. Do it pronounce, then. You know what? He's fine.
Is it fun?
There's
to
nothing
just
wrong with
misspell things.
I guess. Aaron stuffed shrimp in his pockets for later, says SH. I did no such thing. No such thing.
It's actually really great food.
Detroit Mike, I guarantee you're going to love the show, buddy. Just take it easy. You're going to fit right in with this crowd. All right, let's throw up our first thank yous here, and then we're going to go through this AZ thing. We're going to set this thing right. Lord knows if there's one thing I just can't stand, it's, people being mad at me.
And confused. Mostly.
Yeah, I just, there's something, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people being upset with me because I'm really a like me kind of a guy.
You do want to be loved and adored by millions.
Have we met? What do
I know who you are.
What do I value more? A fan that hates me or a fan that loves me?
Oh, the hatred.
I love
all day long.
The fans that hate me, they're more invested in you. They love you more. They don't even know it, but they love you more. And that's why I appreciate them, because it's like my famous saying now that I've heard multiple people use. My attitude is always a big smile and look at what I made you do.
They do love hard.
They love hard. That's all. I bet the Poors don't have a 20, says Ethan, and he starts us off with $20 tonight.
Ooh.
Thank you, Ethan. That sounds like a thinly veiled challenge.
Thank you.
For everyone else to give $20 to this shameless fucking e-beggar program. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 2:15 away for tonight. Thank you guys very much. Rally up. I appreciate it.
Very cool.
All right, let's go to this as. Now, see, I feel like I'm calling him an ass.
Yeah, as doesn't feel good.
But, okay, here we go. This is, the title of this video is Man Rages Over Pronoun Selection in Starfield. Now, a lot of people have been memeing this to death. It's been making its way on the internet. I saw that it made it to our cringe today. And look, it's just a guy who I think has the right opinion, but I do believe he picked the wrong hill.
Probably. Based on what I saw, I think you're probably on the right track.
Yeah, it was a guy who, he was playing a video game. And again, ignorance is bliss for me on video games. Fuck's sake, guys, I play Madden once a year. That's the extent of my video gaming.
Hey,
so
maybe they're mad at you because you mispronounced his name.
Oh, that could be it.
The whole time. You never said as. You said AZ.
I kept saying AZ.
Maybe you need to put some respect on his name.
I need to put some respect on Az's name. See, this, maybe, April, you're right. Maybe this will be a peace offering.
Maybe it was just tiny, misunderstanding.
Guys, it was all a misunderstanding. So let's watch Az's rant as he makes an asshole out of himself.
Get it?
See, guys, to those of you, look, to the Reddit gamers with autism, that was a joke. That was sarcasm. I'm trying to break the ice. You guys come on a little strong. So let's watch this rant. I'll watch it a second time. We'll see what I think about it.
Okay.
All in good nature.
I'm ready.
All right.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that.
Oh, shit.
He doesn't want to get the anger sweats on his headphones.
You get those anger sweats on your headphones. They never go away. Plus, it tears at the seams. Yeah. It wears at the fabric.
His are being eaten away and mine are pristine.
That's very, very smart. As a fellow rageaholic, I've worn my headphones, to shit. The only reason I keep them is they're my original Sonys and I love them. They fit so nice. I hear so well in them. I don't want to change.
But he does come upstairs with black chunks stuck to his ears.
And that's just the wax that I have inside.
Okay.
All right, let's watch this again.
Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG.
Pussy?
Pussy.
He just said, I love nothing more than firing up a new RPG. I'm like, there's got to be a list of like 10 things he loves more than firing up a new RPG.
I'm looking at this guy, and no offense, but no. I think that probably is like a highlight of his day.
Be careful. I bet you this guy can fuck, and you didn't know.
All right.
I know the fuckers. And this guy looks like a fucker.
You're
lose myself, think, oh my God, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit. All the immersive things that I can get involved with. All the fights. All the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there.
I'm playing these games wrong because when I play Bannerlord, all I'm thinking about is acquiring more lands and power.
And how many wenches can I have sex with?
This guy's like trying to make friends and like, how do I accumulate relationships and this and that? I'm like, how do I get the king to give me that castle?
His experience sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah. Oh, the places we'll go.
Yeah, this guy's really kind of an Edmure Tully. I'm more of a Roose Bolton, I think.
Wow.
And I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us.
Current day us, current day us. Current deus, current deus, current deus. Current deus.
You're dead now.
Pronoun me current deus. This is the part where I started to get in trouble. This is the part where even my own audience went, you don't know who he is. You shut your fucking mouth, you piece of shit. This is the part where I started to go, okay, but hear me out. Could we perhaps just play the game?
Maybe.
Like maybe if we love playing, if I loved something, it was my absolute favorite thing, and I was sitting down and I had a new version of it and it was great. Like, let's say I'm hardcore into RPG games and I like Bannerlord, right? Let's say I dive into Bannerlord, I'm excited, and they asked me my pronouns at the beginning, which technically they do. They ask you if you're male or female.
That's not your pronouns.
I get that. But
the pronouns thing is like social.
I hear you.
Something or other. It's kind of gross.
What I mean is, I don't think it would upset me to the point where it would ruin my experience and make me go on a clearly mildly homicidal rant about the game. I think I would go, you know what it's worth? Here, this is just a difference that Az and I have an opinion. My opinion is when I see the pronoun thing, it would be an eye roll and on we go. That's
kind of what I do. I am somewhere in the middle where it is going to bother me a bit, but I won't quit playing the game.
How do we know that smart ass, hateable, whimsical Aaron doesn't only get to do that because guys like Az are willing to scream and yell and holler at you motherfuckers and turn red like Kevin Brennan and out fucking you pieces of shit. Maybe we need people like that so that people like me can go, tra-la-la, pronouns are gay, but click on, we go to Calradia.
He does it for you, whereas you're the type of person who goes along to get along and you keep the problem going.
I'll tell you where pronouns would bug the shit out of me. The kids' school.
I bet you that happens this year.
You know what I mean? Like my video games, I don't really care. Because I'm a grown-up. I can choose just to go, this is fucking stupid.
They're gay anyways, right?
It's all gay anyway. First of all, we're all playing video games. We're all a little bit gay. Can we see every time I get the gamers back on my side and they're like, I see. He was just, pontificating. Then I go and I stick the knife in again. I got to learn to stop doing that.
Very interesting that there's probably always some pussy real close to all of you gamers, but you go rather play with some joysticks.
So it's gay. It's always gay a little bit.
It's a little
right?
gay.
What's the level of gay immersion you're willing to take?
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
See, now this was the part where I imagined myself in the room and I just kind of found a pen and I looked down at the table and I just start doodling.
No, you want to know something? I kind of, in an odd way, appreciate this rant. I, too, will rant about the stupid, something that probably seems stupid to somebody else sometimes. I do it mostly when I'm driving, but I kind of like this.
Here's where here's where you and I, and Johnny, call in just a second. I got to hook up the fucking thing again. Sorry about that. Here's where you and I, here's the difference between you and I. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love this rant. And that's cool and that's awesome. And I'm sure a lot of people do love this rant. Whereas I'm the kind of guy the little omelets want to be like on my knees day and night scoring points for the afterlife.
I knew you
So
would
don't
say
be
that.
vain and don't be whiny, or else my brother, I might have to get medieval on your hiney. So
I'm on his side now.
right. But I'm the kind of guy who goes, okay, yeah, but can I just play the video game? Like, can I just... And I get some people think that's a pussy attitude to have. And that's where you quote unquote Bud Light yourself, according to others. But here's the difference. I think there's room for both of us.
Well, yeah, you clearly aren't ranting. He is. People find him entertaining.
And you're
having fun.
If I'm the kind of guy who just goes, yeah, pronouns, I don't really give a shit. It's my video game. Just like either I'm going to turn it off or let's start playing. I don't really need to scream and yell and holler about it. Then it's funny to me when somebody does scream and yell and holler about it. So therefore, everyone's so locked into this culture war thing that a guy like me, I'm a fossil now. I'm a dinosaur. And they're like, oh, what do you mean?
Can I walk you?
Yeah, they're like, oh, what do you, well, open the door, get on the floor. You know the rest. So if I joke, I walk into this door that I didn't know was even open, that wasn't there to be walked through, where I've now picked a side because I goofed on a guy who was losing his mind. Where I come from, if one of our friends, like Az could be one of my buddies, and if he was losing his mind like this, we'd all tease him about it. We would all taunt him. We would make him go more.
Hey,
we would say something. We would say something like, "So you don't like the pronouns in the video game?"
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
What happened to you the very last time that you decided to tease one of your friends?
That was a little different. There was drinking involved. But the point is, now with this rant here, when it comes to him going, "Fucking pronouns," that's funny to me.
It's hilarious.
That's immediately hilarious.
And I actually like the rant because I agree with him. This might be just a video game, but someday it's going to be everywhere you go.
My criticism of it, or not even a criticism, my critique of it that got me in so much trouble was I basically said this is a Wendy's moment. You know, I'm about to fire up. You even heard him in the beginning. He's like, there's nothing I like more than to fire up my favorite RPG and make friends and allies and go around to different planets and shit like that. Good. Then go do that. Why are we working up anger sweats? Because they asked you if you're a he, him.
I'm telling
before you begin.
He's probably exhausted of seeing that question everywhere.
You know what? There's something I could learn, a little understanding.
Yes.
This guy probably plays a shitload of video games, and I bet it's happening a lot to him.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's continue. See, this is where, that little bit of silence right there, that's where if it were me doing this rant, I would pause and I go, you know what? Maybe my blood sugar's low. You know,
you
maybe
need a Snickers.
Yeah, maybe I should go get something to eat and shut the fuck up and play the game.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Exactly. You know what? I'm hungry and I'm a little cunty.
And you're a hippo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding.
We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company.
I love it. I fucking love it. I do.
Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No. Current fucking day.
Okay, but again, here's where I'm going to get in trouble again. You can still do that. Like, you can think the pronouns thing is gay, and you can still immerse yourself in the game and immerse yourself in the world.
I'm telling you, it's the absolute frustration of having to jump through the gay hoops of social shit to get to your fun. I would hate it too. I would think it's ridiculous and retarded.
Fuck off!
Okay.
This would be me.
I want that as a drop.
He's
I want
right.
Az going, fuck off,
I like this rant.
you cunt.
You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. You are a one-hived mind twat waffle.
Now,
I say that word.
The twat waffle thing cringed me out a little the first
What?
time I heard it, and I said it. I'm like, oh, look out. He said twat. I don't know. There's something weird to me about a guy going on like a serious rant, and he's really going, and then he throws in something like douche canoe, and I'm like, all right.
I call old women that can't drive that word. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. Because they bother me.
I call them-
yell and scream in my car.
I call them wrinkle ends. No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's all you fucking are.
Bunch of
And you
cunts.
wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything.
Yeah. I'm on his side 100%.
As that's called cultural Marxism. That's one of the steps to a communist revolution. Like, you take a brand, let's say an iconic brand. I don't know. I'll just pick one out of a hat. Bud Light. And you destroy it. So that culture now has one less iconic brand that it can look up to or relate to or look at and see. Or say, maybe I'll take another one at random, maybe like Disney, and you shovel a bunch of horse shit in it so you can destroy that brand in people's childhood so they have one less thing to relate to. And then all of a sudden, when everything's dust and piss and awful and shitty, then the communists can take over because their really shitty idea is not quite as awful as your meaningless existence.
So you're saying he should be screaming?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Should he be screaming?
He should be screaming.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. He probably still has hope. I think where a lot of my making fun of people like this and making enemies and silly dancing around laughing is because I'm either black pilled or clown pilled. I'm like, you know what? We don't have the stomach in us to hold this thing together anymore.
Okay.
Like, this is the decline of the empire. We're on the way down.
Yeah.
The forces are gathering at the gates, and I don't think we're united enough to fight them back. So let's play the music on the Titanic. Let's tell jokes in their faces while they put the noose around our neck. And, you know, this guy's like the last of the pirates still holding out.
I have a touch of you in me like that.
That's what I've heard.
But I very much am still like him, and so this rant here is 2 minutes and 36 seconds long. I'm sitting here thinking about how good that probably felt to get that out because it is frustrating, and it's something I do. I will sit and rant my head off and scream on occasion in my truck at people.
If this isn't made into
But then I feel good.
If this isn't made into a downloadable sigil in Bannerlord, I'm going to be upset. That belongs on a flag. All right.
Every single solitary fucking thing!
The weather today in Phoenix, Arizona will be 93 and sunny, and it's going to be dry. It's a dry heat that will be cut by a mid-fall desert rain next week.
I want people to insert cricket sounds.
I do. I want people to insert just really, maybe a Leroy Jenkins in there. I don't know. But now this is my favorite part of the video.
Okay.
So he goes on his rant. He hates this fucking game company. They suck shit. They're bastards. They're assholes. They're terrible. And then what does he do next? As he's biting his lip off, he fires up the game, and here we go. See, now that's the part that I took not umbrage with, but the part that I made fun of, and that got me in so much trouble and whatnot last time, is I pointed out that after that long, impassioned, crazy-ass rant...
A good rant.
A good rant, sure. He then just fires up the game and goes, all right, time to play. Like that was just so funny to me that a guy's like, you pieces of shit! You fucked this all up. Like he's Gordon Ramsay, the game reviewer. He's like, you fucked it up with your pronoun bullshit. You've wrecked my game. You should all burn in hell.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. So anyway, now I'm on planet Thorax, and I'm trying to become a minor lord in the house of Tar Winston.
See, to me, he probably like begrudgingly started the game up because he promised that he would play that game for people.
Maybe. I don't know. But
I don't know. I really did like that rant. That is a very me move. I would do something like that.
Well, everyone thought that I'm like shitting on him, shitting on their entire channel. I didn't even know he had a channel, anything like that. I'm hearing from John. And by the way, Johnny, you can call in now. We'll take the call. You can shed some light on this. And they're like, oh, you just fucked yourself right in the ass. And like I told Johnny on text, I go, I have not heard a word from any of these people. Like,
well, that's how that goes. They don't always like reach out to you. They just seethe about it alone.
I haven't seen them in our chat. I haven't seen them. Like I don't know any of these people. I haven't heard them. I hate you, Steel Toe. You're a piece of shit. Maybe it's because we've been doing the Jordana stuff and the subscriptions have gone up. But like, I don't think anywhere, and Johnny was on the air with me. He can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think at any point I was like, this Az guy is a piece of shit.
I have an idea.
He sucks. He's terrible. I was just like, well, this is funny. Here's a man losing his mind over a video game. Haha, this is hilarious to me. And by the way, not backing down in the least, I still find that rant hilarious.
It's great.
He's blowing a fucking gasket. How is that not fun to watch? And by the way, before anyone thinks I'm letting him off the hook, Hasan Piker is a way bigger cunt than this guy. Way bigger cunt. I despise Hasan Piker. I think this Az guy is silly and fun.
I don't know how long your coverage was of it, but it would be funny. We should have played back the clip of you watching it to hear like what your criticisms were, just to see.
Because a lot of times I'll listen back to myself and go, oh, that was remarkably mean.
I've sat down here with him before, though, and it's usually more like, oh, God, I'm funny.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll be, God, I'm funny. Other times it'll be, ooh, that was a
little dagger.
A little spicy.
Yeah, it's a dagger.
Tim with 199 says, well, then F you, Aaron. I hate you now. See, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Thank you.
Dustin with $5 says, look what I made you do, right? I wanted a chance to clarify because Lord knows I ain't here to hurt anybody's soul. I ain't here to fuck people up. I'm doing a wacky little show.
I actually think it's kind of refreshing to see like somebody in the chat called him like a really based gamer. I think it's fun to see like a based gamer because usually my experience they're not.
What, like
They're not based.
gamers are usually? No, I thought gamers were based.
Are they?
Yeah.
I guess I've seen both, but
Snoopy Dog says his headphones smell like Cheetos. You got to put allegedly next to that, guys. What did we say about accusations? Huh? What did we say about accusations? Johnny David said he's a wrestling fan like you, Aaron. Like I said, this guy and I would probably get along magnificently. I didn't understand why I was getting, or like Johnny said, oh, these people, they fucking hate you now.
Well,
why? What did I do? I made fun of the guy who was making it. I'm sure he watches it and he goes, I did come off slightly like a lunatic in that video.
I would like to remind you briefly about how every single time a community comes after you, it's because you like harmlessly made fun of a video.
Right.
And you had no intentions of like hurting anybody or anything.
Yeah.
But like, you know, started that way with Chad once. You're like, oh my God, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Losing
like,
his mind about
"Oh,
something.
this
And
guy looks
suddenly
insane."
it's a year-long and then some endeavor. Like,
Yeah, somebody says in the chat that, not somebody, just some guy, I scrolled past it, but he said, oh, you're just doubling down on your shit take from yesterday. I'm not ashamed of my take yesterday. I just felt like it needed clarification because a lot of internet video game spurgs that I still haven't heard from yet apparently were very upset with me about my non-take on this whole thing, which was, haha, that guy's blowing a gasket. That's funny, right? Oh, and by the way, Hasan Piker's a douchebag who I can't, like, the As guy, I don't dislike that guy. I thought it was funny that he was blowing a gasket. Rants like that are hilarious to me. Hasan Piker, on the other hand, is an asshole.
well, he was indeed blowing a gasket. I just think it was funny and probably worthy.
Kane J says, I agree with Aaron and this guy. The noun thing is out of hand, but it's funny to make fun of someone upset about a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely.
But I do agree that people use video games as an escape from things. Like probably an escape from this gay world we're all living in, the gay world of California.
And then
that
the
is
gay comes to
spreading
you.
throughout the whole thing. And then the gay comes to you and it's like, God damn it, I went here to get away from that. I do agree with him.
Happy Plague Doctor says, As doesn't even know who you are. Right. And I'm hearing from people like, oh, that show, they're pissed at you and that, oh, you really fucked up. And, or at least Johnny says people are saying that. And I'm like, what the? I bet you this guy doesn't even care. And I bet you if he watched it, he'd go, oh, that's kind of funny. I'm just imagining he yells.
You seem to have like an effortless talent, though, of doing this to people.
I really do.
You can literally have a non-take.
Right.
A gay take, a non-take, whatever.
The amount of people that I have driven insane on the internet by literally just doing my show, and most of them never even mentioning them,
Right.
is unreal.
And
I mean, the amount of people whose brains I have invaded without even wanting to, like without even talking
Same
about
here.
them.
I don't do shit to people here.
Like Chad, I can understand. We ripped on Chad, but like being in like Patrick and Shuli and these other people's heads, it's like, guys, I don't know if you know this. You don't take up any of my time, and I never even thought about you before this. And you guys are like, Aaron is in the front of your mind all the time. And again, that's great. I love that. You have no idea how much it feeds my ego. But in a weird way, like, I worry about you a little bit because that's a fucking psychotic way to live.
Yeah, it is interesting that they physically take up a lot of space, just not up here.
Right. Yes. Mr. Q says, actually, I'm a big fan of both your channels, and I don't think he cares or you care, and I don't think it's going to do anything but help both of you. And, you know, I'll tell you where it's going to end, with the two of us going on each other's channels. Frank, if you could set that up, buddy, I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to use Frank.
Frank the middleman. Yeah.
Frank the middleman Pellegrino. All right, let's see what Johnny needed. I want to give him a call back because Johnny's very important to this whole thing too. 215. No, I'm sorry, 210 away from tonight's goal. Let's knock it under 200 by the top of the hour. I think we can do that.
Thank you.
I like that. Imif. I can't read the rest of your name.
I'm
Heel versus toe.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, I was just calling to tell you before when you were on your rant that I played the game, Starfield.
Yeah.
And the whole pronoun thing that he flipped his tit about was a complete nothing burger because, again, you can change them if you want, but there's no prompts, there's no nothing. It's an option that's in the game, and it's in your character creator, and after that, it means nothing to the game.
So you can you can go do it if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, literally, you have the option. What he's flipping out about is that the game doesn't even prompt you to guarantee what your pronouns are. The game just has it when you make your character and you finish your character creator. It says that you're a male. It says your pronouns are he, him. You can go into the game and you have the option to change that if you so choose.
Well, then that makes the rant even funnier then.
That is funny. You got that mad over nothing.
Yeah.
The point is, me and my friend watched that rant of his, and we both approached Starfield the same way. We were making jokes about it all day. We're like, oh my God, the pronouns. The minute you start the game, the pronouns. Oh my God, the pronouns. They literally, you could ignore the whole thing and just play the game and be totally happy, and you'd never know. You just, again, it doesn't ask you. You just have, it's an option that's in the game. So he's not flipping out that the game forces pronoun crap on you. He's flipping out that the option exists.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. And now, what did you hear? And please do not let that animal you're murdering in your home, whatever the fuck that noise was, happen again. That scared the shit out of all of us. So what did you hear today? Like, I was at the gym and you start texting me. So what did I do? Like, who did I set off? Who did we piss off with our funny little as thing?
I got a clip. Battle Brother Zito is the one telling me all of this. I got a clip from him, apparently. It's 7 minutes long. He's like, I think he's talking about you and Aaron. And I think it's just a reaction video to being on Cringe. But either way,
it doesn't.
He's like, I don't know. It's a 7 minute clip. I didn't look through it because I'm like, dude, you can't send me a 7 minute clip in the middle of my show and be like, I think he's talking about you guys. You got to tell me where I'm looking.
He doesn't even know who we are, and I'll tell you why. That thing has been getting memed as shit, so he could literally be talking about anyone on the internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't know who we are.
No.
But in any event, my whole ripping on a thing and everything else was like, I fucking stand behind what he said, because that was completely overreacting.
Yeah.
Especially since he finishes his rant and he goes from fucking 120 to 0 and
I love that.
Start on the game.
Yeah, I love that he just put the brakes on everything and just goes, all right, game time. Like, almost like he's like, all right, I had that poison in me. Just had to get it out. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, that's what I do, though. I understand that.
All right, Johnny, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you Friday.
Thanks, John.
Later, man. Take care.
Right. There we go. There's Johnny.
I agree. Sometimes it just feels good to get something out real quick, and then you can get back to business.
I'll tell you, I agree with I'm half. And then last name Agate. When he says, does Johnny have a fat girl in a hole in the background?
Dude, what was
I almost feel like I want to call in a welfare check. That sounded like an animal bleeding.
He does have a cat. Maybe they're killing their cat.
Oh, well, then that's fine. I thought it was a real animal in danger.
By the way, Mersh did hop onto Facebook for like the first time like in forever just to announce that his pregnant stray he rescued had 3 healthy kittens and a stillborn.
That is wonderful.
Just beautiful creatures. Do you want one?
No. NF Cap says, nope, still getting it wrong. Here we go.
Wow.
Tried my best.
I don't know what you're getting wrong.
Az didn't care about the pronouns at the beginning. He cared about an NPC in the middle of the game revealing they are a man who chooses to be a woman. Well, then fucking fine.
I still think the rant is very funny.
I think the rant is hilarious.
If he was that impassioned, it was warranted. And then he, like I said, could get back to business as usual afterwards.
Yeah, I knew it. Rupert with $9.99 says, another big account called the Act Man, who has 1.2 million subs, was really giving him hell about it. That's who Az is talking about. Yeah, exactly. I think somebody was saying it in the chat earlier. I think somebody was trying to stir some shit up for no reason.
Oh, that never happens on the internet.
No. Greasy N-word with $5 over on Rumble says, I find Az abrasively dry and unfunny. Well, everybody.
I like his voice.
Has an opinion. Boys and girls, I want to say it's not the top of the hour yet. You got 20 minutes until the top of the hour, and we're at $200.
Woo.
So if you want to go ahead and contribute to the show and keep this thing a rolling and keep our win streak going here, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, we like those 3 the best. But Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and everything else is awesome too. Any way you support this show financially, it keeps us on the air. That's what that goal is. So thank you, boys and girls. The more the merrier. Become a member. That's a good one, too. Jim's Jazz says fat guy wailing about video game is funny move on nerds. See?
I think it's
Oh, it's funny. Move on, nerds. Oh, okay. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Fat guy wailing about video game is funny. Move on, nerds. Punctuation, pal, but thank you. I appreciate
a comma
that.
would help.
Yes, a comma would have helped me greatly. Now I just look like a stupid asshole.
What a buffoon.
Thank you, sir. All right, we've got to talk about this. This is another. I've been doing a lot of journalism lately. I've been, again, a big journalism guy, and my follow-ups are legendary. Okay. I'm not the kind of guy. I'm not one of these fly-by-night cable news people who just plays something up for clicks and then walks away. I'm not a little firebug.
Well, that's good to know.
Who's lighting fires and walking off into the distance. No. I keep an eye on these stories, and then I come back and tell you about them later. Okay. Yeah, Taste Fairy says a gumshoe even. I would say gumshoe is relatively accurate. Do you remember the giant prosthetic-titted Canadian shop teacher?
Again, how do you forget?
How do you forget Miss Kayla Lemieux, who had giant fucking double, triple Z titties? And wore them, I'm guessing, like you wear them on straps. Like you put them
I picture it like a holster with tits on it.
Okay. See, I'm picturing like
a double
backpack
holster.
straps and then around the stomach. And then there's these giant fucking tits.
Fucking tits
just hanging out to here. You got tits, they need a bra. And then they put on that disgusting, ugly blonde wig that looked like it came out of their grandmother's attic. And they just kind of shook it out and then put it on and then went and taught shop. And they were, cutting boards and they were showing people how to operate the table saw.
Bandsaw.
Oh, yeah, just cutting onto them and going, I don't understand. What's the smell of burning rubber? I don't get it. Well, it was a big controversy. The parents were mad. The students, the school were such pussies about it that they were like taking kids' phones away, not letting them take pictures, not letting them take video because they didn't want to get sued for hate crimes and they wanted to be sensitive to trans people. Now, my opinion was always that this guy was trolling to test the limits of what he could get away with and see what pussies Canada was about this trans shit. Where if he did something so over the top that he was like, you know what, maybe my country would have some balls and go, I want to be respectful of trans people, but I can't allow this in the school.
Could you cut them down a few sizes?
Yeah, could you maybe go down to double Ds so the rest of us don't feel so uncomfortable?
I don't want to be poked by one when I'm walking by.
They didn't even do that. They literally let this guy continue on as he was with the terrible Farrah Fawcett wig and the giant titties, and they let him teach shop class the entire year. Big controversy the whole time, talking about changing the dress code so they wouldn't have to single out this person. All of this silly nonsense. Well, it looks like the school actually broke him.
Wow.
He did not get to pull off his massive troll. They actually no-sold it enough to where he gave up. The controversial Canadian teacher has dropped his Z-cup breasts, leading parents to slam them as an attention grab at the expense of children's safety. Dropping the breasts, which attracted a wave of attention last year, leaving parents at the school confused by her male appearance, which included a stubbly beard. So not only have they gotten rid of the wig, not only did they get rid of the giant tits, but he went, fuck it, and he let his facial hair grow out.
Do you put those tits on like your mantelpiece? What do you do with those?
Yeah, I don't know. You got to keep them in like your own personal Hall of Fame with like your Little League trophies and shit.
Hollow them out and like keep something special in there?
Yeah, like hollow out the wall and put them in a mold, so they're like part of your wall.
I like that.
You got to do something like that because it's a big part of who you were. But I think it proves that this was all a troll by this guy. But it's like the most disappointing troll in the world because you did it to kind of smack some sense into your country and go, hey, somebody please stop this. Stop me from doing this, please. Prove me wrong. I'm worried my country wouldn't do anything about this for fear of repercussions of political correctness. Prove me wrong and tell me this is ridiculous and I have to go home and change and this is way over the line.
I'm leaning towards that one, but it's either that Or it's the whole thing where you get to gender's fluid and they just get to choose. And gosh, gee, being the woman was just so much work and it was hard. And you know what? I feel like a dude again.
I like to think of it as a troll, and this guy's like whole world was broken in half when nobody tried to stop him. He's like, no, it can't be this bad.
Every day he gets home and he pours like this size glass of whiskey and he's like, God damn it.
And he's like, Canada cannot be this far gone. Today's the day that they're going to stop me. And I'd love to think that over Labor Day weekend, he sat there drinking and going, he had a cigarette in one hand, he had whiskey in the other, and he's looking at the breasts and he's going, do I have it in me for another year to keep this fucking thing going?
Actually, he's just getting back problems, and he's like, I can't.
I've got sciatica problems. I might have to have a goddamn vertebrae infusion surgery. Ooh. Is it worth it to troll Canada when clearly they've shown me in the last year they don't fucking care? They're going to let me do this.
And if they sense that you are drinking and depressed because of your country's lack of morale or what have you, morals... Right. They'll just send the maid program after you.
Yeah. There he is. There's
oh my God.
There's scuffed Tim Dillon.
What?
Driving to school and just, no titties, except the ones he already had. A stubbly beard and sunglasses.
What a weird trip this is.
How do you think he feels? He was doing a whole thing and nobody gave a shit and they let him do it. And now he's got to go back and forever he's the titty teacher now.
I really do hope that like he had parties with all his guy friends like on the weekends and like laughed his dick off about that.
Everybody wants to wear the tits. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I hope it was a troll.
Everybody wants to see the teacher tits.
Everyone wants peace.
All right, guys, if everybody gets a B- or better on this next test, we pass around the Z Cup tits for everyone to wear. What do you say? Come on. Come on, guys.
No.
Sid Saraf with $10 says, little bit for tonight, and throws us a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you, Sid.
We are officially under 200 for tonight. Keep it going, guys. Shit, get us under the striking distance of 150, and let's erase last night's loss and make it a win tonight. Got a win this morning. We're 2-0 in the mornings this week. Unfortunately, 0-1 in the evenings. Let's erase that this evening. Thank you very much. 195 away. It's very, very doable. Hulkamasha Baby says, I think he was hoping he'd get let go for dressing like that so he could sue. That too.
That's not a bad move.
And they sniffed it out. You know, they were too, I'll give them this. They were too smart.
Like if I was a teacher and I decided I wanted to chop my hair off and strap these puppies down. I looked like a dude and I had like a little bulge poking out of my tight pants every day.
Just a big banana.
Like a big old bulge. Like I had a strap on under my pants every day.
Yeah.
Like I'd milk that too if I could.
Right. And then if they fire you, you can go, but it's my gender identity. Yeah. I'm calling a lawyer.
Gender's fluid. The hell are you discriminating against me?
That's what it was.
My dick for.
Yeah. See, this guy, I think, actually set Canada back really far because he accidentally showed how far gone it is, where he went, hey, I'll do this. I'll identify as trans. And this will be so ridiculous, these giant fucking tits I found online, that they'll have to fire me. And after that, I'll get a nice payday and say that it's bigotry and they'll settle out of court because they don't want the bad headlines. And the school actually went, you know what? No, we're not going to fire him. We can't risk the lawsuit. And now he's like, shit, I really put myself in a corner here. Now I got to wear these fucking things all year.
Yeah, like, what if he was just really upset with how little he gets paid as a teacher or something, in his opinion, and he's like, saw this as his way home?
D. Gulag says he probably has severe mental issues.
Really?
Look, how fucking dare you?
It's just rude.
I mean, to just jump to conclusions about people like that, I hope it makes you feel good. I really do.
I hope you don't sleep at night.
You disgusting piece of shit. Guys, everybody on Rumble, hit thumbs up. Chevrolet JB says only 18 likes. Let's pump that number up. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like. Let's get in the algorithm here. Let's grow those numbers tonight. We're at about, we're at 288, looking to get to 300 as we often do. Appreciate that. Let's keep pumping those up and throw a couple of bucks at us. Remember, this is a listener-supported show. And we got to hit those money goals to keep this thing going. So 195 away. Keep it going, boys and girls, and let's get that number down. I'm not worried about Kayla being a threat to my children. To be honest, I'm more worried about Kayla's safety. Oh, God.
Ew.
But my kids could be in danger if someone attacks her or if there's a bomb threat and my children are in school.
God, if there's going to be a bomb threat, I promise it's not over this. It's just some kid lost their mind that day.
People are saying, oh, if that teacher's in school, then I wouldn't let my kid go in there with the Z-cup breasts.
Okay, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah, but I think the Z-cup breast thing is over.
You don't know. They'll bring it back for the second semester.
I mean, look at how ridiculous.
Ew.
There's no way he was serious about this.
Somebody stop. He's shaving, though. His arms are bare.
Yeah.
Legs are bare and clearly need some sunshine.
That's true. I mean, that's a long way to go for a troll.
That's kind of why I'm thinking, like, what if he is just going for the, gender's fluid and it's whatever I feel like.
Or like, you know what? Maybe he got divorced that year and he was going through a weird time. And
what? You get divorced and you just put some tits on?
Some people react to different things differently. Maybe it was not his idea and he was heartbroken and he decided to wear some size Z tits, but he kept going as a professional.
Okay, well, for the day that we, obviously get divorced, guys, I'm going to make sure before that happens, I take a mold of your dick and I'm going to walk around with that mold in my pants just so I feel close to you still.
Then nobody will see it, unfortunately. It's jokes. It's called self-deprecation.
It's a very nice dick.
I believe. Thank you. I appreciate
it's a good size.
that.
It's girthy.
I like hearing that every day. It never gets old. Let's continue on here. Let's continue to become members. Let's throw in those super chats. Let's throw in those PayPals, those Streamlabs, and those Venmos. We love those the most. They take the least amount of cut. It all goes towards the goal. Let's get it done. And if we get that number down to 0, we do overtime tonight. Let's also hit those thumbs up buttons, spread the word, and get those numbers up tonight. As we continue on, we go to, this is another follow-up story.
Okay.
Remember this morning we talked about that Maryland cop that, was fucking women in the back of his squad car at a park?
As you do, I think.
Yeah.
It's a fun break.
Wouldn't you know, he's been suspended.
Actually, not that bad. I figured he'd be fired.
Really?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
They got to suspend you first, and then they have to do an investigation, and then they fire you.
What is there to investigate? He was having some sex.
Whether or not he got his dick wet or not, for sure.
He did, though.
We don't know that.
God.
We know that he was in the back seat with women who looked like hooas. We don't know if he was...
That means sex.
Maybe, look, Dog the Bounty Hunter went in the back seat with a lot of the people he picked up. He didn't fuck any of them, I don't believe.
You don't know.
Well,
How many wives has he had?
He would just give him a cigarette and he would go, brah, listen, brah. You got to straighten your life out, brah. Do you really want to be this way, brah? You got kids, brah.
Take off your bra, brah.
And that's what that guy said.
No, that's what Dog said.
Dog the Bounty Hunter was a little more tactful than that. If you didn't see it this morning, this is this guy. This is one of 2 videos they have of him with some girlies in the car at a park.
Clearly fucks, by the way.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Woo.
So there he goes. Got his hand on the ass.
Oh, there you go.
His little chocolate bunny is giving him some smooches. What? That's what Lane Price called his cocktail lounge girlfriend in Mad Men.
Yeah, and how'd he end up?
Little chocolate bunny. Well, he hanged himself. That's what those interracial relationships do to a fella. No, I'm just kidding. I was only kidding.
Disavow.
It was the 60s. It was a different time. It was a different time.
He looks beefy. Like the shape of his legs, he's a beefy dude.
Maybe that's what she likes about him. So she opens the door, and he decides, you know what? I'll smash. Those kids are ready to whack off over this whole thing. They're getting excited. And there they go.
You see him moving in the back a little bit.
Right. So we got a cop and a lady, and they're in the back seat, and I believe that's against regulations.
Look, it's not kosher, but I do expect that that's probably hot.
The Maryland police officer who was spotted kissing a woman and then getting into the back of a patrol car with her has been suspended, and his wife is slamming both of them.
What?
Well, no, I think they slammed each other first.
Probably. She should have just joined.
Yeah, I don't know if your slamming really matters at this point. Damage done. The Prince George's, although that'll be good evidence to threaten to play in court if he doesn't settle for her terms. It's pretty nice. Although, what damage can you do to me? It's already been done.
I don't know.
The Prince George's County Police Department said late Tuesday, not long after the video clip went viral, it was aware of the video and immediately launched an investigation. An update hours later said the officer had been suspended.
Oh my God.
The woman is named Paula Marlette. This is her.
How did we find that out? How did we find out who she is?
They're good, man. The internet's good.
Her hair wasn't red.
She probably called TMZ and said, oh, by the way, that's me in that video. Y'all better be spelling my name right. It's Paula, Paula-Marlett. That's Marlette, not Marlett, okay? First of all, septum piercing, red flag.
Fake eyelashes.
Multicolored hair.
Yeah.
Necklace with your own first name on it. Oof. It's very strippery.
Is that a bad thing to do? I don't have one or anything.
I don't think
Is
it's a
it
good
bad?
sign. It comes off to me as very trashy.
I have a necklace with like my last. It should have been my first name's initial, but it's my last name's initial on it. Is that
you go.
okay?
That's okay. That's very classy.
Okay.
The officer in question is Francesco Marlette, and a woman named Paula Marlette, who says she's Francesco's wife, has been going off on him and the other woman. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the wife?
This is the wife.
Lord help us. You do understand why he's getting in the back seat now?
No, I don't. Are you kidding me? You don't get in the back seat with someone else when you're married to that. She'll cut your fucking dick off.
That's actually a valid point.
That will take the septum piercing off and saw through your dick with it and cut it off.
She also has a nose stud. She's got twice the piercings on the nose.
This woman will burn your fucking house down.
That doesn't look like marriage material.
You wouldn't
Am I
think
wrong?
so. She wrote on Facebook, quote, "There goes my husband and his mistress," and told someone in the comments she's not doing okay, partly because the video constantly pops up on my fucking news feed and I have to constantly rewatch it over and over again. Oh no.
Come on.
That is a unique kind of torture though, isn't it?
It is. That's very interesting.
Oof. You've gotta every time you go on you can't go on the internet.
You just take a break for a week, you know? Just stay off there for a minute.
You go on the internet, you're like, oh, fucking, let me go on Twitter here. Let me see. It's, that looks pretty, oh, God damn it. There's my husband fucking all right. You know what? Fuck.
Okay,
Twitter.
but.
Let me go on Facebook here and let me see what oh, God damn it. There he is again. Can I get some kind of service?
But
that's not my husband getting into the back seat with some whore. Here, let me try Truth Social.
Not even the police
all right, there.
scanner.
There's just pictures of Trump's mugshot all the time. Perfect. Truth Social is where I need to go. Now she's going to be based.
I'm gay. So, like, I mean, SH is right, by the way. She had 2 studs on either side of her nose and a septum piercing.
Yeah.
I have to wonder a little bit if, maybe she's a bit nutso at home and maybe he doesn't get any.
I'm telling you, this kind of woman will chop your dick off.
Yeah, but she's probably also part of the problem.
Oh, I see.
Is what I'm saying.
So she deserved to be cheated on in the back of that car.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what's she up to?
Thank you, everyone. This is a very rough time for me and my kids. I mean, look, I know this is difficult for you, but my kids and I. And since it's at the end of a sentence, you could say my kids and me, but whatever. As embarrassing and pitiful as this is, please check in on us. We need the support, the love, and most of all, the respect from the community and our families. Yes, I know what's been going on. No, I am not updating anyone on the situation after today. Virginia's husband left her ass a long time ago because she cheated. So she and my husband decided to do this behind my back for years. I'm not seeking anyone else's input. I don't need anyone's opinion. My life is my life. I will make decisions according. I love you all, except for you, Virginia. You can rot in hell, bitch. And then she put a picture of Virginia up.
Well, I'm a little confused. Do you want us to check in on you so we can see how you're doing with this, or do you not want to update us anymore?
I really do hate people who on Twitter and Facebook do that shit where they're like, notice me, feel bad for me,
yeah.
Say hi to me, say nice things. But don't you dare fucking tell me what to do. I'm I'm a strong woman. I'm independent as shit.
Are you upset that you keep seeing this on Facebook, or do you want people to talk to you about this on Facebook?
Right.
Which one is it?
Which
Pick
one is it? Are we supposed to check up on you, or are we supposed to tell you?
It.
Or are we supposed to tell you what to do? Which one is it? So no, and people are saying, show us Virginia. I don't. This story doesn't have Virginia in there, unfortunately. By the way, there was another video that made the rounds online allegedly showing another Prince George County cruiser in the same area with a woman hopping into that one, though it's unclear who the people are in that particular video.
Awkward.
I mean, I could make a guess if you'd like. I mean, I'm willing to make a bet. Loaded Wrench says dash cam video. Doesn't dash cam video only do the front of the car out?
Yeah, there's obviously a camera that can get the back of your car because I'm sure there's people back there that go crazy, but you can probably turn either one off.
Let's go to Burrito Bandito on Rumble with $2. Says gay F words are going to gay F word, folks. All right, there we go. That's Rumble for you. There you go. There's Rumble with $2. Guys, we are a whopping 195 away from tonight's goal. So if you feel like being generous to this program, we sure could use it. Though I'm not going to lie. Those goals have been tougher to hit lately. We've been hitting almost all of them, but we've definitely noticed that they've been tougher. So we do appreciate you guys helping us out. We do appreciate it. This show does run on money. It runs on, 80% your contributions. So that number is the number that is needed to keep this thing going every month. So 195 away from tonight's goal. If you could help us knock that out, we sure would appreciate it. And the quicker we knock it out, the less we have to ask, so the less the show has to be interrupted. When we're 195 away and we've got less than an hour, unfortunately, I do have to, have my hands out like this. So I apologize, but I like doing this show for a living. I want to be able to do it for a living. This isn't something I can do as a hobby. It's this or nothing. Yeah. So if you do feel like chipping in, we've got to knock that thing out. Union Jack says it runs on your rant energy. That's just it. This is, it does run on my rant energy, and I get sweaty. I will say another thing. When we're far away from the goal with not much time, I get really sweaty and anxious and it definitely runs on,
makes it hard.
Yeah. It's fucks up my performance. That's for sure. So if you're feeling generous, we would appreciate you contributing to the program tonight. 195 away. Can't lose on both the evening shows. That's going to fuck with my head and put us over $100 away from having a successful week. SH says this cop has been suspended 3 times, twice this year and once in 2016, after he was charged with child abuse. He spanked his then girlfriend's kid. Kid hit his head on the wall and got knocked out.
Oh my God.
Fuck. That is.
Well, just ditch this dude then. He seems like a problem.
Yeah, it does seem like a bit of an issue.
That's too bad.
Maybe it's a golden opportunity for this woman to finally maybe move on.
Yes.
Rumble, we are fucking dying on Rumble tonight, that's for sure. If you feel like hitting the like button, thumbs up and sharing, whatever, we appreciate that. Let's get into the algorithm on Rumble. About 16 away from 300 tonight, so it's a little bit smaller crowd this evening.
Okay.
Please, if you could, hit like, hit share. It's getting toasty in here. I will say that. Joe Biden. They put up a new official Joe Biden Twitter account picture today, and immediately people jumped on it and realized they photoshopped the shit out of it to make Biden look younger.
Oh, well, it's nice to just refresh a little, right?
Never good at a time where the majority of the country, when you look at all the polls and whatnot, says, yeah, this guy's too old to be president.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Nothing says I disagree with you on that point, like photoshopping him to make him look younger.
It's just a little rejuvenation.
Just trying to make him look a little more spry. Democrat influencers were recently caught photoshopping pictures of President Biden to make him appear younger. Now President Biden's own Twitter account has adopted the same strategy. On Wednesday afternoon, Biden's campaign account, @JoeBiden, tweeted 2 images of Donald Trump and Joe Biden side by side. The tweet displayed an unflattering picture of Donald Trump at a golf course next to a bright, confident image of Biden departing Air Force One. The last guy didn't build a damn thing. We are, the caption read. Great. Well, I mean, technically the last guy didn't build a damn thing because the minute you got in there, you tore it all down. So
I like that. Like, that's not even an issue at this point. Like, you've got enough issues at your hand if you're Joe Biden, but you're still putting Trump up in your tweets.
Right.
That's good.
Well, he knows he's going to end up running against him. So you got to kind of start the campaign early. But there it is. There's the picture.
If.
Yeah, they tried that. Not only do I think they de-aged Biden, but I think they Emperor Palpatined Trump up a bit.
Yes,
in his
I do
photo.
think he looks older than he usually does.
I think they weathered his face in that one.
Mm-hmm.
The tweet with its side-by-side images present a striking contrast between the candidates. Trump appeared sweaty and haggard while Biden appeared relatively youthful. There was just one problem. Biden's picture had been photoshopped. The original version of Biden's picture was posted on March 28th, 2023 by the official White House Twitter account. It was this one here. Biden departs Air Force One in North Carolina.
That's before he falls down the stairs.
No, he always falls up the stairs.
Oh.
He has a problem
sorry.
with the upsy part. He's like a cow. He's the opposite of a cow. A cow can go up them, can't come back down.
That's true.
Yeah. The edits became obvious once the two images were compared side by side. Here you go. There's the original image, and here's the image shared September 6th. Much brighter, much more vibrant.
Kind of blurred, so you can't see any marks.
The skin looks a little bit smoother, not so many wrinkles over here and over here. I mean, I get it. I understand you want to doctor the... I don't think he'd be the first president to have doctored photos put up. It's just that when a big chunk of the country is saying, I think this guy's a little too old to be president, de-aging him seems to be like kind of admitting they're right in a way.
You're right. Turn up the age on Trump's photos, too.
Yeah.
It'll do a lot.
So to me, it's kind of like everything else that this administration has had a problem with. It's instead of solving the problems that people have, just try and cover it up and hope they forget about it.
Right.
There. Here's a $5 from Paul R. Nelson. Thank you very much, Paul R. Nelson, for the $5. I'm not going to pretend that we don't desperately need that one tonight.
Yep.
Thank you very much. 190 away. If you guys are looking to be irresponsible with your money tonight, we sure would appreciate it to knock that goal down. We are 190 away with about 45 minutes until we rattle the offering plate and make complete assholes of ourselves, begging for your money on the evening show here. 190 away. Let's knock it out. We really do need the win this evening. Thank you very, very much. MSO says, smelling a win.
Nah, let's knock that shit out
look,
quick.
Look, man, I get it, MSO. I'd be confident if I were you, too. I want to see this thing get knocked out. I don't want to stop between every story and rattle the cans, as it were. But I also want to do a really good show for you, so I hope the show's going well tonight. If it is, throw a couple bucks in the old kitty, and let's keep this thing going strong. You know, last night or this morning, we talked about Gen Z not believing in tampons anymore.
Oh, let's free bleed.
Yeah, they all want to free bleed, and with that free bleeding, it does remove one particular risk, and that risk is toxic shock syndrome.
That's true.
You know, I mean, if you don't have any tampons, you can't leave them in there, and you can't rot to death from the pussy out,
which will almost always kill you if you don't find it soon enough.
Absolutely. Well, and look. This may come as a shock to some of you. I've never been a woman. I've never had a vagina. This may surprise a lot of you. I've never used a tampon. Again, another thing that might surprise somebody. Some of you might have thought Aaron's definitely soaked a vodka tampon and shoved it up his asshole. This may surprise you. No, never. Never once.
Never once for your busted nose?
Nope, never used it for a busted nose or anything else. Well, a woman who accidentally left a tampon in for 2 months was left fighting for her life in the hospital after contracting toxic shock syndrome. Now, because I've never been a woman and because I've never had to shove anything in my cunt, I want to ask a question. And again, I want to be classy about this. So when I say shove things up your cunt, I mean it in the classiest way possible.
Okay. Well, I do it a lot.
Well, congratulations.
So I'm here to listen.
Yes. The leaving the tampon in for 2 months. How the fuck is that possible? How do you forget you have a thing in there?
The only way I could even remotely see it is if like the string somehow got up there. Like if the string went up with it or somebody clipped the string for like an outfit they were wearing. I can't see it otherwise because you have a string. You're going to notice it sometime.
But fuck the string. Don't you know that there's a thing with a bunch of absorbed blood on it in your twat?
You don't feel it once it's in there.
That's fucked up.
You 100% don't feel it.
I feel like if you shoved something up my asshole, I would know it was there.
Nope. Well,
tell me no.
No, we're so used to having them in there that once it's in there, we kind of just go about your day and forget.
But how do you get so busy that that thing just is forgotten about?
I've only forgotten about one for like 4 hours.
And
that's about it.
That's not enough to have any problems.
No, some people don't even change theirs that quickly because, they don't need to. I don't know how you forget it for 2 months. Like, again, it's got to be that the string was gone because she's not going to feel it in there. You would think if she's having sex, though, that it would...
Right, you're pushing around the tampon.
Or something. But then again, your uterus is pliable, so the dick would probably just push it to a side somewhere, and again, you don't feel it.
D. Gulag says it's like memory foam.
It's not like memory foam, but it's similar, I guess, when it's wet.
SH says, one time I accidentally put a second one in. It was so uncomfortable because it couldn't settle in place. I didn't know SH was a woman.
Do you think differently of them now?
That's the news break that I took out of this, you disgusting fucking person. No.
Yeah, no, really though, as long as you get it up there the correct way, you don't know it's there. And you're just supposed to have that memory, okay, it's about this time, I should check it. Like most women do check to change it to see if there's anything on the string at that point.
Right. So I can't imagine the 2 months thing.
Wow, that is deadly though.
Yeah.
I can't believe it didn't happen before that.
Before we check in further with this woman, Los Federales with $2 says Aaron still looks like a pussy though. Oh,
what?
Now that's a cheap shot. And Marley Analytics with $5 says pump it up.
Thank you.
Just like Joe Budden. Thank you to Vidam with $5.
Aww.
Says my friend's property taxes went up $700 and mortgage went up $300. Owning a lot of land is getting very expensive with the Democrats in charge. Yikes. All of us who have a mortgage, we know what you're talking about. It's been going up like fucking crazy, man.
That's insane, man. It's gross.
Wild. Happy Plague Doctors with $20 says I usually like the evening shows better. Wow. Aww. All right. Well, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And thank you for the $20. That's really important to the show tonight. Now we're only 165 away. So all of a sudden, a little bit at a time, just helpful. A few people chipping in really helps bump us up. And pretty soon we'll be within striking distance. Matthew Q with $5 says, thanks, everyone. Have a good night. And Matthew Jenkins with $10.
Wow,
thank you very much. See, this audience rules. You tell them, hey, guys, we could really use a fucking rally, not to be a dick. And they go, yeah, we'll fucking rally for you. Here you go.
A glimmer of hope.
It's just people throwing in 5, 10, or 20 at a time. There you go. Thank you guys very much. 150 away, officially striking distance. Thank you very much. That's all just been a game changer. Thank you. If you want to keep that rally going, Lord knows we appreciate it. Thank you for supporting this show. Also, 16 likes away on YouTube from 100.
Nice.
And we are still about 10 away from 300. Like that 300 is teasing us this evening.
Could have something to do with school. Getting back into the swing of things.
Ever since she was a teenager, Kelsey Foster, 29, has been using tampons without any major issues and always thought they were a safe and easy menstrual product. Well, they are if you remember to take them out before the 60-day period.
As long as you keep them clean before you put them in there, too.
But don't you get a new period at that time? And then
she should have, technically, yes.
And then you got to put a new one in?
Well, what if it's like the SH situation where, like I said, the string went up somehow, or she clipped it, she forgot it's up there, and she put a second one in when she's bleeding? Because the tampon that's in there that's saturated already isn't going to keep soaking up,
Look, I don't want to mansplain to women. Okay? That's not my
tampon.
It's not my favorite thing to do. It's my third favorite, but it's not my favorite thing to do.
Go on, Chow.
I don't want to have to mansplain this, but gals, you think that maybe after hearing all these stories of people forgetting the tampons are up there and almost dying and sometimes actually dying, do you think that maybe you just, when you're bleeding from your downstairs, maybe you just kind of go up there like you're trying to fix that guy's femoral artery in Black Hawk Down, and you just kind of dig around to see if you got one in there, and maybe you pull out a couple bloody didges and you go, you know what? I don't think it's in there. Better safe than sorry.
I've actually had that moment before where I couldn't remember if I took the last one out before I was going to put a new one in. So I did have to fiddle around a little bit and be like, hey, in there or not?
You know what we call that one? We call that one cotton fishing.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that does happen, but most people do understand that they need to do that. I don't know why she didn't.
Yeah. Do a little cotton fishing and you know.
Like once you get to a certain age, getting some of that shit on your fingers is like normal, and you just wash your hands too. So it's not like it freaks you out. So yeah, definitely take a look around.
Just like I said, get in there like those two guys trying to fix that guy's femoral artery in Black Hawk Down. And just,
Stop it.
I need to clamp it. I need to clamp it. And then you can pull it out of there and then you won't fucking die.
So fucking disgusting.
I love how they're like, oh, she thought that tampons were a safe menstrual product. They are if you're not an idiot.
Typically. Every time I hear of a TSS story, though, it does scare the shit out of me. Because I'm like, what if for some reason there was just a bacteria or something on a quote unquote clean tampon and you put it up there and suddenly you're sick?
Well, I tell you what, gals, you got to start checking in on those things.
Might as well start free bleeding.
Katie Kidney with $2 says, you know what else, or excuse me, Los Federales with $2 says, you know what else is freewheeling? The economy. I think he means free bleeding. The economy. Camel Toe with $5 says, let's go. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
145 away from knocking this thing out. There you go, guys. Let's PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's keep knocking that out. We're down to 145. You guys are doing this, and we appreciate it. Keep her going. Let's get a win tonight. Katie Kidney says, I just got here. Did you hear about the woman who snuck a gun in the White Sox game by hiding it in her fat folds and it accidentally discharged, shooting herself and her friend? Yeah, we talked about that last week. Its name was Patricia Melton. If you guys didn't know, Patrick has transitioned, and I want you to respect his pronouns, which are fat and bastard. And don't hold that gun thing against him. It's the first time he's held it in his lady flaps before. And, you know, accidents can happen to anyone. That's all I'm saying.
Do you feel good now?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually do.
I like how Jay Hasty said, just get a shop vac.
Sure, just suck the blood right out of there.
Suck it right
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody can appreciate that for sure.
You just get an enema for your puss.
Mr. Q says 2 months to period. Are we sure she didn't double up? She double up, triple up. Go what? Bang on the whole puss. She don't give a fuck. Somebody had to. Yeah, like a dick didn't fish it out of there. Like it didn't maybe.
No, I'm telling you, like, think about how pliable uteruses are and how they can grow and all that and move around. And I mean,
the mom of one told the news in Australia that she really had no idea about the potential dangers that could arise from using tampons, and certainly was not aware of the prevalence of toxic shock syndrome.
they tell you about that in school.
Like many tampon users, she had briefly seen the tiny warning written on the small fold-out paper pamphlet that is included in the product's packet, but had not taken much notice.
Right, that is actually, every time you open a box of tampons, there's a piece of paper that says it right on it.
Why do pretty girls got to fuck up their shit with all this garbage? Why would
with the eyebrows and the septum piercing?
The slut tattoo, the septum piercing, the eyebrows. Stop it. Little thin tiny eyebrows. Leave the nose alone.
Fake eyelashes, but they're pretty.
Yeah, no, even that. It's too long. It's too notice me. Like, bink, bink, bink.
That's why
bink.
I've never tried them before, because I'm like, somebody's going to see that I have fake lashes on and they're going to think differently of me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, look at this.
She's hot, though.
Man, I'm sorry. It's the eyebrows and the septum piercing do it for me.
She's got lip injections, too. Look at those.
Could you stop? Do what the rest of us do with our insecurities. Bury them deep inside of you, hoping they don't strangle you to death one day. Don't put them all over your face. No insecurities all over your face. Hold them deep, lock them deep, deep inside.
Her hair color's not natural. She has extensions in as well.
Oh my God. So this woman's a complete fraud.
I'm telling you guys, you got to be careful who you take home at night.
She looks like,
because when she's cleaned up, it's not going to be the same.
She looks like Ma in Courage the Cowardly Dog when you take off all her makeup and shit.
What a deep cut.
Yeah.
I like that show.
Take it off. She looks like the red woman when she takes off her necklace thing.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of saggy tits looking like a frog.
Looks like a raisin.
God damn it, woman. That looks like a woman who forgets a tampon in her vagina.
No, actually.
That looks like a woman who's just too busy just doing all kinds of things with her vagina, and I don't have time to check it for a tampon.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody who takes like that much time to like make themselves up probably does pay attention.
April's Pink Puffies with $2 says, rooting for the toxic shock, natural selection. I'm not against it either.
Well, I'm scared as shit of it, so I'm not for it.
By the way, thank you, No Pen 15 Fathead, Miriam. Courage the Cowardly Dogs.
Oh, it is Miriam.
Female owner. Thank you very, very much. I actually, believe it or not, I needed that. I needed that one.
What was your most triggering episode of Courage Cowardly Dog?
I think it was the first one, the alien eggs.
The alien eggs.
Yeah.
That stuck with me. You and I talked about this once.
The alien eggs episode of Courage fucked me up.
That was intense as a child.
There's a lot of shame and stigma around any menstrual talk, and it means that conditions like toxic shock syndrome are not discussed, she said.
That's not true, though.
Right, it's talked about.
It is talked about.
You know how I know about toxic shock syndrome?
You've probably seen a thing on my box or something?
No, no, yours is healthy. No, one of the Von Erich boys died of it. The wrestling family, the Von Erichs.
A boy?
One of the Von Erichs. I don't know how it was toxic shock. I think the Von Erich family has always covered up for the boys and their drinking and their drugs. Somebody said it was like, I want to look it up.
Toxic shock syndrome could be just when like a bacterial infection takes you over.
Yeah, Mike Von Erich had toxic shock. He had shoulder surgery due to an injury acquired at a wrestling tour in Israel. Although the surgery went well, Von Erich developed toxic shock syndrome, which resulted in brain damage.
Yeah, I think it is just when like bad bacteria like runs amok, or like basically takes over your body.
Okay.
And typically kills you.
And I guess he didn't die right away from that, but I think he killed himself later.
Probably wished he had just died.
Yeah, apparently it left him like it fucked up his head really bad, and he was never quite the same.
Well, he has to go around telling everyone he had toxic shock syndrome, and people think he uses tampons.
That's true. Helgi23 with $5 says, how's the air quality in St. Cloud with the Canadian wildfires with that arsonists keep starting?
Not good. It smelled like a bonfire at the gym today with all the doors open.
They're just leaving those burning?
I don't know why they're doing it. We were in an air quality alert again today. My throat has been scratchy when I'm outside today. It's very annoying.
They've been letting those fires free bleed literally all summer.
Yeah, it's been months.
They just let them do it.
I don't get how they couldn't be put out by now, but whatever.
Greasy N-word with $5 over on Rumble says, no wonder I think April is so pretty. She's not fake. I can't stand the clownery and plastic parts. Well done, young lady. I agree.
That was really sweet. Thank you.
I agree with that totally, man. I don't like all that, the eyebrow shit especially.
The only thing I do to my eyebrows is pluck them on occasion. And this is my natural hair color. And I wear mascara and eyeliner. That's all I got.
And that's all I wear too.
Yep.
People ask me all the time.
You've been real pretty before. Didn't the kids make me do your makeup once?
No, I don't remember that.
That was a long time ago.
I don't think, no, I don't remember ever wearing makeup.
You probably did say no.
Outside of plays in school.
You know what?
Otherwise,
you know what
I
it
would
was?
say no.
The kids asked me if I could ask you, and then you probably said no.
No fucking thank you. It's a simple enough answer. 135 away from tonight's goal. We're getting there, guys. We still got a whole half hour before we rattle the cans and rattle the offering plate here and see if we can knock out this year goal. We're getting close, though. Keep going. The rest of you, throw in 5, 10, 20 or so. We'll knock that thing out in no time. We're within striking distance. Let's keep her going, kids. 135 away from erasing the defeat of last night and going out of these evening shows on a high note. Thank you guys very, very much for your support. So this woman is currently battling I think, what did they say? Fighting for her life after leaving a tampon in for months. And now she's warning people to go in there and dig that shit out every once in a while.
Well, you know what? I will think hard about that next time I need them.
You'll think about her.
I will. I'll think about her and her, missteps.
Kip Smith says, hot take, Aaron wears eyeliner. There is no way I can prove to you that I do. That's a really sick accusation.
You could get up really close to the camera and show them.
It's a really sick accusation because it's hard for me to prove I don't. And I shouldn't have to prove it to a guy just because he wrote it in the chat. I shouldn't have to.
Now you feel threatened.
But now I feel threatened and I feel insecure. So I'm gonna go right up to the. There we go. That scared the shit out. This should creep. This should creep you the fuck out. This should bother you a lot. Now
Do you feel better?
I can tell you this. Nobody's going to accuse me of having fake eyelashes ever again.
You must be warm over there.
I'm sweating my balls off. It's hot down here tonight.
I tickled his little butt, when he was up there, and I wished I hadn't.
It is so fucking hot this evening. Mr. Me with $5. Thank you, Mr. Me. Appreciate that. Only 1:30 away. Like I said, this thing has become remarkably doable this evening. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Keep it going. Push forward just a little bit more, and we can do this thing. Go to the YouTube chat. Go to the Rumble chat. The Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo links are in there. Another $5 from Greasy. Greasy over on Rumble with another 5 spots says, get this, Canada is flat out banning VOCs in 2024. Things like brake cleaner and WD-40 will no longer exist in its normal, inexpensive form. I see an opportunity for some money making up there. Oh, yeah. Scramble up all your brake cleaner and WD-40. Yeah, 40 and go up to the border and
it's like
make some money.
Dealing drugs, but it's like car stuff.
Right? Exactly. Same exact concept. Johnny David with $5 says, my son and classmates were asked to leave class on Monday because they said they like Trump over Biden in country Western Australia. Well, why should anyone give a shit up in Australia if your kids like Trump or not?
Neither one is president.
Yeah.
Over there.
125 away from tonight's goal. Thank you, guys. Another little mini rally there. You guys are really answering the call tonight. Thank you very much. Little less than a half hour away from rattling the offering plate, but still only 125 away. And it's going down about $5 at a time. Thank you guys very, very much. There's all the links in the chat if you feel like jumping in. Look, I'm going to jump. Speaking of jumping, I'm going to jump around to some different stories here.
You're going to jump up and get down.
I might jump up, and get down. I like a good Britney Spears story. And then how about a sex teacher story?
And then how about that Lizzo story?
No. Because all that is a TMZ story.
A thirst trap?
It's talking about how Lizzo's posting pictures on some trip that she's on in a boat. And like I said today,
was it the Titanic?
She's the iceberg. The only Lizzo boat picture I'm interested in is the one where the captain shoves the oxygen tank in her mouth and she swims back towards the boat. And smile, you son of a bitch. That's it.
No harpoons for you, huh?
No, it's not enough. She's not, there's no way she can stay down, not with 3 barrels in her. Helgi says, Australia is getting close to the point of no return. You know what's amazing about Australia, too, is that before the pandemic, I always had them pegged as kind of based. I mean, I know they had Sky News there and stuff, so maybe I was getting a disjointed view of things.
Yeah.
But I thought Australia was kind of getting based for a while there. Then COVID came and they just went right off the cliff. I mean,
they're not doing well.
Yeah, and it happened pretty quickly. I mean, they snapped their fingers at them and oh no. Oh boy.
Hey boy.
Cody sent me some pictures here of we got to show you guys.
I would love to see them.
Guys, I got to take a break from what we were about to do and show you the dastardly Photoshop that I was just sent by our listener Cody. This is absolutely disgusting. I don't condone this, and quite frankly, I'm sure you guys are not going to copy these. I'm sure you're not going to send them anywhere.
How are they so fast?
And I'm sure you're not. You're going to be very fair with this.
Oh, that's nasty.
In my opinion. So Cody made some pictures. Let me just open them real quick. I want to open both of them. Here we go. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Again, these are from Cody. He decided to make these for us, and I promise you these are photoshopped. There's picture 1 of me as a girl. Now, I also want to point out, I kind of look like Paul Dano in The Girl Next Door a little bit.
A little bit? Yeah.
I look a little bit like Klitzy in The Girl Next Door.
If you threw your KLFD jacket on, it would look like that, yeah.
I might look like Klitzy a little bit.
In your face, you're not the ugliest girl I've ever seen, but then you get down to your shoulders and you look too manly. And I'm like, it's not working.
I always have that problem, But I've got a pretty smile.
What a pretty girl.
Of course.
How do they do this so fast?
How do they do the hair?
I don't know.
wanna
And it's
know.
covering your mic.
No, I mean, like, how do I get that much hair? I've never had that much.
The
in a
hair
long
color's
time.
correct,
Yeah.
at least.
And then here's the other one. This is more my Demi Lovato after heroin stage.
Oh, that's so gross.
This is more my Betty Boop fuck me stage.
Oh my God.
I think that lady Aaron sucks dick a lot. That's definitely a lady Aaron that would definitely put a dick in their mouth. Look at how sultry that look
I know.
is.
I don't feel good about it.
And the short hair.
Do you really suck dick a lot?
That Aaron, ERIN, that Aaron wants to fuck. I can definitely.
Maybe I would take her home.
That Aaron does nasty shit too. Not even a lesbian, but they'll fuck around.
And find out.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
I think this one has more bedroom eyes. I'm definitely going to say that.
Okay.
This one, this one definitely more of a classic beauty.
These are killing me.
But this one definitely wants to fuck more.
Yeah, I think you have to go with that one.
That one's definitely I'm on the hunt, I'm after you.
It looks like you have a halo.
This one wants to do your homework for you.
Yeah, and doesn't put out.
And maybe gives a hand job, but like cries and goes to church afterwards. You know? That's what that
Pussy.
one does. Yeah, that one's a prude.
What are
but
you,
that,
a bitch?
Oh, that one will get pregnant and kill it for you. That one will have an abortion after prom for sure. That one doesn't know its dad.
That one's uterine lining is actually just like mostly Plan B.
Exactly. It's mostly made up
She
of
had
that.
she had a liner made for it.
Well, thank you very much, Cody, for your contributions.
Can you do me as a dude? I was kind of turned on by you.
Right? I mean, that was
You would, right?
only because I set the bar so low and I thought that I'd be a much uglier girl. But that one was, that one could fuck
You'd
if it was
take the
aggressive
second
enough.
one home, right?
I think the hair would need to be a little longer.
Oh, so you're not into the pixie cuts.
Yeah. I can't do this short of hair, but, maybe if it was a little longer, I could maybe... I mean, I know this. She wanted my dick.
I sure think
Holy
she did.
shit, did she really want a piece?
Why are you chubbing right now?
I'm adjusting my balls
He's
because
literally turned on by himself.
I want to fuck myself.
Cody, what
do
have you done?
They're laughing my ass off. Velma says hello.
Oh my God.
Your hairline still looks like shit. That should be your Facebook profile picture, says Wildcard.
Yes. How fucking funny would that be? Somebody out there would say, did they transition?
Scottalicious McFabulous says smash for sure.
Wow.
Matthew Jenkins says they reduced your boob size. Now that's not very nice.
Do me now.
No Pen 15 Fathead says kind of looks like Beans from Even Stevens. That's you son of a bitch.
Definitely a Democrat.
Magic 8 Ball says scary. Scottalicious says James Charles and Demi Lovato had a love child. There was a little Demi Lovato in there. For sure.
All right.
Johnny David says Grey Dolls is right. Australian cities suck. Country Australia is better. Mr. Monkeypox says that lady Erin has gone cotton fishing. She's trying to make sure those tampons in. That version of Erin leaves tampons in on purpose. YOLO.
Yeah, they actually do that just to kill the fetuses in there from the toxic shock.
Larkbark says, Christ, that looks like a red light district, Erin. SH says, I take it back. That Erin is looking for approval from all the wrong people. Scottalicious says the first one is an elegant lady. The second one is a streetwalker. Loaded Wrench says that other bitch chops wood.
Oh, well.
Got a lot of fucking comments coming in from those pictures. April's moist. That's one of the allegations.
Tiny, I'd take you home.
Timothy says that short-haired one actually reminds me of someone I know. That's unfortunate
That's
for
terrible.
her. One of those Aarons was molested as a young girl, and one of them molests young girls now.
I think I was actually molested when I was 8.
Matt Field says it's not gay if it's yourself.
That's true.
There you go.
You can put it in the back door so she doesn't get pregnant.
And Rupert with $4.99 says, there's the narcissism. Yes, I adjust my own dick to me as a lady. Second lady Erin pleases the whole Vikings roster, says
Ew.
Matthew Jenkins.
None of that.
There you go. Thank you, Cody. You've brought a lot of levity to this evening's affairs. Just making sure I don't have more of them.
I'm actually not pleased unless you do me too.
You got to make April a guy now. There you go. Wildcard says, Wildcard ain't got much this week, but here's a little bit. Thank you for the $5, buddy.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who's been throwing in a $5 here and there tonight. 120 away from tonight's goal. This is looking very doable. About 15 minutes until we rattle the offering plate and see if we can make the rest. But right now, just 120 away from tonight's goal. I really appreciate it. Greasy N-word with $5 says, I'd pork either one of those errands. Move away, April. Things are about to get slathered in KY and poopy.
Honest to God, if somebody named Greasy N-word came to have sex with girl you, I would step aside.
Girl, now, do we understand girl me is not real?
No, that looked real.
It's not a real person.
I don't know. It's pretty convincing.
115 away from tonight's goal. It's going down. Thank you very much. Venmo,
Are you yelling?
Venmo, Streamlabs, PayPal. I appreciate it, guys.
Timber.
Loaded Wrench says, send pictures of April hunting and roofing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you being a guy.
Oh, but that's just my pictures on my Instagram, though.
Doc Brewski says, for fuck's sake, there's a rat on your lap, April.
I know. He's been jumping on me for 30 minutes now, so I figured he needed some
We have rats in this
attention.
house. Old Gordy had a rabies shot today.
He did. He did a great job, too. He got his bits and stuff checked out, and he did great.
How's his dick?
Thought it was huge.
Okay, good.
God, that vet was so impressed.
They were just staring at my dog's cock. Did they stare a little too long, though? I don't like it when they stare too long.
She gave him extra spray cheese because he had such a big dick.
Look, I don't mind if they admire what he's got. That's fine, whatever. But,
He's hanging himself.
when they linger a little bit. Buddy Travis says, those are Aaron Starfield characters. Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense. $5 from Los Federales says, what's the difference between Aaron and Japan? I've never been in Japan. I fucked her. All
These
right.
people have all fucked you, huh?
Well, I'm just telling you, thank you guys for the money. I appreciate that. That's
And
what our
they
show
paid you?
Yeah, that's what our show runs on. 110
Man.
away from hitting tonight. I think we're going to do this thing.
Wow. That is
Contribute
great.
if you could. We appreciate it, guys. Great rally so far tonight.
Have you ever paid for sex?
I mean, define pay. Have I taken a girl out on a date knowing that
No,
if I
that
bought her
doesn't count.
something, I was going to get pussy? Yes. Have I hired a prostitute to have sex with me? No.
What's like the most expensive thing you bought someone to make sure you had sex that night?
A hotel. I bought a girl when I was like 21, 22. I bought a girl a hotel. I think it was in Minneapolis.
Okay.
And we went out drinking and stuff. I think it was called the Sofitel Inn.
Sofitel?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty gay.
In Minnesota.
I prefer the Heartatil Inn.
It's apparently closed. Yeah, permanently closed. Sofitel, Minneapolis. Oh, so many memories.
They closed down after you had sex.
They fumigated
They're
the
like-
fucker, and they were like, no,
They're like,
thank
this
you.
place has a serious case of ugh.
Yeah, here it was.
Oh, that looks nice and fancy for your sexual endeavors.
Yeah, that was the outside of the hotel that I bought. Take a look at that bad boy. Apparently, it's closed now
That's pretty cool. Why would that close?
because I fucked in it.
That's exactly it, actually.
Take a look. Nice little restaurant there. I didn't take her there. What am I, made out of money at 22 years old? I'm working at KLFD in Litchfield, for God's sake. I also think it was in the wintertime. Yeah.
What
So
does
there you
that
go.
matter?
You don't get to enjoy all the nice outside shit. If it's that.
I've never paid for sex.
Congratulations. April's Pink Puffies with $2 says, did you rent it by the hour? No, I did not. Back when you're 22 and you're trying to impress a girl with something like that, that's all credit card, baby. That is all,
Credit card.
that is all credit card, my friend.
So wait, why'd you go all the way to Minneapolis?
Because we wanted to go out and do something. And, I thought that, she would want to go down there and then go down there, if you catch my drift. Am I right?
Here, Gordy,
Right.
quick, get the nuts.
There you go, noggin, buddy.
Oh, he tried to lick it.
Right. Yes. So anyway, you asked me what the closest I've come to for paying for sex is. That would probably be about it.
All right, follow up. Was it worth it?
That night, yeah. Long term, it didn't work out. So could I have spent the money on, if I would have known how things were going to work out, Would I have spent the money on better
That's
things?
half the fun, though.
Yeah, I would have. But back then, I don't know, man. Even a hotel that nice was still only like $175 a night.
Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days, man. Now that's like a Holiday Inn.
I'm trying to think. Nobody's ever like bought me even a hotel room for that, like for that specifically.
Some of them didn't even buy you a sandwich, as we've established before. They
I can still redeem myself.
Fucked you, kick you out of there, don't even buy you a sandwich.
I've got time.
And that's kind of your fault because you didn't hold out for the sandwich. You just went right to dick. So that's kind of on you. It's not really their fault.
I don't appreciate your judgment.
Well, I'm just pointing out some very baseline truths,
Fine,
if you will.
Struck a nerve.
Magic 8 Ball says, yeah, April, but have you accepted money
No.
for sex?
Nobody's ever paid me for sex.
Aaron had to wear a clothespin on his nose when he hit it from the back. At the hotel? Oh, that means that it smelled like poopy.
Like it was a dude.
B. Morlent says the most expensive thing someone bought April was a sandwich. Sometimes.
A bowl at Chipotle on occasion.
Mad Max Mardigan says, Aaron, you constantly pay for sex. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I asked. Do you mean like buying dinner?
No, because that's not at all what that means. You're not paying for sex.
Says a woman.
What the fuck?
We're pretty sure we are.
Well, then I want out. I don't want to be somebody who's just like paying to have sex
When we're
with me.
dating, when you're married, you get to go chop, chop, woman, the Bible says. And then you just got to spread your legs and take what you're
I
given.
don't like this very much.
That's what I've heard.
I want people to just want to have sex with me. Don't pay me.
Well, I mean, eat a sandwich. Make them buy you a sandwich. That's all you got to do. Hold on a little bit. Don't be so easy.
I didn't know I'd done it all wrong.
Magic 8 Ball says, will you accept money? See, now that's a terrible question. Why would you ask something like that?
Me or him?
Would I accept money?
Everyone's got a limit, right?
You saw my alter egos back there. I think a couple of them would have. One would take money to write your midterm paper. The other would take money to fuck you. That's for sure.
And which one's more fun, I ask you?
Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, how many times had you, Aaron, had sex in hotels, Aaron? I had sex in a hotel just this weekend. Don't tell April.
Well, man, I had sex too, so.
I was so
Wait a minute.
kidding. Mad Max Mardigan says, Aaron, you're the breadwinner and pay for most things, don't you? So therefore, April puts out, you've paid for sex.
No, we actually have the same account and work at the same place.
Oh, technicalities. 105 away from tonight's goal. Guys, we can do this thing. 7 minutes away from rattling the offering plate and only 105 away. We're looking good to get our 30 minutes of overtime tonight. Ending it on a strong note. Thank you so much for your support. It does look like Britney Spears is moving on, doing shit amid her divorce.
Isn't that just exciting and,
Look,
happy?
man, I'm really excited, and I'll tell you why. The further this bitch just goes out and does crazy shit, the more she'll leave this poor bastard alone. Because she seems like the type who would, make the late night phone calls, even at 41. Make the late night phone calls, show up where you are, swear to God we can make it work this time.
Yeah.
I don't mean to tell tales out of school, but I feel like this Britney Spears is a tiny bit chemically imbalanced and maybe doesn't always take her pills.
Like a clinger?
Yeah. So the fact that she's going out and hopefully slutting it up in Cabo or wherever the fuck she is.
Cabo.
God bless. Good for her. He's out walking his dogs and living a life and doing his thing. Cool. Great. Well, she's there having fun. And of course, it wouldn't be Britney Spears having fun if we didn't have crazy Instagram posts in the middle of the night.
It's what I live for.
Britney Spears likes to show everyone she's perfectly normal and that everything's fine by giving you a dead-eyed, medicated stare into a camera and then spinning around like a Russian furry hat dancer for a good 30 seconds.
Have you ever noticed that she has to typically wear sunglasses now? Because if she doesn't, she looks insane.
Yeah. Actually, Misty Skull, you're not the first person I've heard that from, that she's an MK Ultra victim, like a victim of government mind control projects.
Okay.
Look, man, I don't dismiss anything anymore. I could see it. Like, she's a teenager. She's an entertainer. She's, what do you call it? Influential to young girls. I could see the government maybe doing some mind control shit on her. And then, of course, she's part of a mental experiment. It clearly all went wrong. And they're like, well, fuck it. Good luck. Best of luck to you for the rest of your career.
Right. Just collateral damage.
Yeah. Red Fox Mad says, how long until Britney is broke? Less than a year? Well, I don't know. She's got $60 million?
I don't know what she has.
I don't think she can blow through $60 million in a year. I mean, I can just hear her somewhere yelling challenge accepted, but I don't think I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. Well, let's see. I don't think I can play this with the music because it has a Snoop Dogg song on it. But here's Britney dancing. When the pimp's in the... Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man.
So here she is dancing to Drop It Like It's Hot.
She just looks like a problem.
Yeah, again, just remember, this isn't like a video she's filming. This isn't like an event she's doing. She's literally, after she went out drinking, she's just standing in her hotel room. She just put her phone on the wall or on a mirror or towards a mirror and just started dancing like a lunatic in her bedroom.
She looks like a stripper.
Yeah.
Which, girls do this to themselves occasionally, but I don't film it. What?
Oh, I forgot that there's no sound on this. But yeah, there she is just doing little... Yeah, like she's filming a new music video, but it's just on Instagram as she stares into the camera with that dead, drug-addled stare, squeezing her tits.
She does look like a druggie at this point.
She does.
I expect to see her on a street corner somewhere and somebody pulls up and says, hey, are you working tonight?
Yeah, so there's the video.
That's too bad.
So Britney Spears doing very well, from what I can understand. Nothing says I'm over you quite like dancing for complete strangers into a camera.
I think she's been doing that for a hot minute now.
Yes. Of course, then she decided to do a naked video from her bed.
Oh.
Because as you do to show everybody you're totally fine, you just get naked in your bed and then broadcast it to the entire world.
God bless.
Yeah. Here's Britney. Again, no talking.
Looks like a hot mess.
Just staring. No blinking. Oh, there's a little blinking.
What are you doing?
She's a fucking nightmare. She's a train wreck.
You don't look well.
By the way, at 41, just to be clear, all of us still would.
Yes, but she looks insane and greasy.
There's a difference between still would and would stay with them. And she just doesn't give off these stay with them vibes anymore. I mean, how long did this guy make it? 3 years?
Oh, I don't know if it was 3 years.
If that. Maybe 3 years?
I don't think it was 3 years.
April's Pink Puffies with $2 says, who does OnlyFans sooner, Britney or female errands? Well, it depends. How close are we to the goal? That's
I don't know.
That's the only question I have for who does it first, I think. We are, speaking of the goal, we are 105 away. So it looks like in 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to rattle the offering plate. We're going to see if we can knock the rest of this thing out. But 105, that's a pretty good spot for us.
Yeah, it's close.
So if you feel like chipping in, there's all the links, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships. If we knock that goal out, we're going to add 30 minutes to the end of the program. If not, we're done in 10. So if you feel like chipping in, we're very close. Won't take too much now. Balls and Wieners says Britney and Kanye were both programmed and both breaking out of their programming. Many are leaving Hollywood. Yeah, but at least Kanye just gets blowjobs on a gondola.
Kanye is probably fine.
Relatively speaking.
I would probably hang out with him over Britney Spears.
Buddy Travis says, I'd give her a shower first, then sneak out while she's sleeping.
Probably a safe bet.
It's not a bad idea. Johnny David says she's no Kylie Minogue. And Flex says 2000 Kylie. I thought modern day Kylie was still hanging in there.
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting who that is?
Because she had one song in the very early 2000s. I
have no idea who that is.
Today, Kylie Minogue. I mean, look, since she's probably 50, mid-50s maybe, it's not terrible.
Okay.
So she's allowed to look a little aged because she is. But if we went 2000, whoops, not 20,000. That would look terrible. That would just be a picture of the Crypt Keeper.
It's actually just a pile of dust.
Yeah, there's 2000 Kylie Minogue. She looked like a problem.
You still don't look hot, though. She's not my type.
You're not a Kylie Minogue girl,
There's
then.
something wrong with your face. What was her song?
I can't remember what the song was called. I know it was like some kind of dance track.
Okay.
Like it was a club banger, but I can't remember what it was called. Somebody will, Kip Smith calling her Kylie Minogue.
Minope.
There you go. $5 from Helgi. Says
Thank
Brittany
you.
looks like she's being held hostage and forced to make those videos. I mean, I don't deny that, but she's probably being held hostage by an invisible friend that she's completely imagined.
Right. Or there's a dragon.
Yeah, and only she can see them. All right, guys, that puts us an even hundo away from knocking out today's goal. Actually, I'm sorry, 95 is Greasy N-word over on Rumble with $5.
Nice. Thank you.
Says, let's put that at 95. Greasy says, Brittany looks like more of a hua than the gender studies graduate, Aaron. Holy cow, blown the fuck out by Hollywood life.
Doesn't look good.
And look, she's been through it, man. She's been famous since what? She was 14 when she was a Mouseketeer or whatever.
Ew.
So she's been in the public life for 27 years, almost 30 years.
A Mouseketeer. That just sounds like problems.
I mean, that'll fuck you up. All right, guys, $95 away. Let's fire up the gospel music. April, who's on offering plate duty tonight?
I can do it.
All right, April's going to really shake the shit out of that offering plate. Really encourage you to throw in a couple of bucks. And we're going to knock this thing out tonight. Here we go. We've got about 6 minutes to knock out that last $95. The easiest way to do it, with the least amount of money taken out off the top for you, Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo. Super chats, memberships, Rumble rants, all of it great. But guys, $95 away from a win. You guys have been busting your ass for this program. We appreciate it. You go the rest of the $95, we'll throw you an extra half hour of overtime. You go over last night's, we'll give you an extra hour, and that's a standing offer for every show we do this week. So here we go. Everybody, I'll put my hands to the sky, praise the Church of the Toe. You reach into those pockets and see what you can throw into that there offering plate that this beautiful woman is shaking at you. We are a listener-supported show, the most honest one you're going to find. Do we need the money to keep going? Of course we do. So what's the best way to do it? Just ask you for a few minutes and then go, maybe we hit it, maybe we don't. Maybe they like the show enough, we keep it going. If they don't, we come back and try harder the next day. So here we go. $95 away, and who's going to start the rally? PayPal, Streamlabs, Venmo. Oh, you hear that? You hear that plate rattling? That means, brothers and sisters, that you lift your holy hands into those pockets. You reach out a couple of rusty, wrinkled, crinkled dollar bills, and you throw them in the offering plate for Steel Toe.
It could
and
be you.
We turn it in to comedy gold, if you will. So here we go, $95 away. Zool McCool with $9.99 says a few more meds and a bit of therapy. Brittany will be a new person.
Probably.
Perhaps. Terrence TK says the cringiest part of the show. It's not. It only is that way for you. We embrace it, we make it fun, and we try to make our money. It's pretty open and honest. It's only cringe if you make it that way, my friend. You just need to loosen up a little bit and stop being so uptight. Here we go. We've got another $5 coming in from No Pen 15 Fathead.
Ooh.
He says, Allahu Akbar.
Thank you.
All right, well, look, it's a religious experience. Allahu Akbar works. 85 away from tonight's goal. Here we go. More coming in as the rally continues. A big thank you goes out to Matt Fields for 25.
Thank you.
Michael with 20 over on Venmo. So that's
Nice.
45 coming off tonight's goal. We're down to 40. Texican Marine with $19.99 says, I'm usually an as guy, but I always pay attention to the toes. Thank you very, very much. We love as on this program.
yeah.
We hope that Az joins us on the show sometime. And just like that, we're only $25 away
Damn, guys.
from knocking out this goal. MSO, you got yourself a win last night. No need to be greedy. Share with Steel Toe a little bit of that glory. Looks like we're going to end the evening shows this week on a high note. And again, I will keep track. If we're 100 over, we'll do an extra hour of overtime. to give you back last night's OT. So it looks like we've got 3 minutes, and we've got $25 to go. There's Donnie C with $20. That's we keep 15 of that. That brings us down to 10.
Nice.
$10 away
Nice.
from tonight's goal. Holy shit! Yes, Matthew Jenkins is right. Praise the e-beggars for this does work. I tell you what, Terrence, I told you it wasn't cringe, buddy. It's all in good fun. All you got to do is lighten up just a little bit.
Look at Gordy paying attention.
Yeah, Gordy loves it too. Matt Field says, you dirty, filthy, no good grabblers with his $25. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. So it looks like we're very close to being done with this thing. $10 away. Thank you, Doc Brewski, for the $1.99. Appreciate that. As we are just $10 away and waiting for that last $10 in these next 2 minutes.
Trickle
as
in.
MSO, you know what? MSO can do this. MSO can say, hey, I went 1-1 on the evening shows this week. That's pretty good. You hear those cans rattling around in there? You know what would stop those? Oh, there's Donnie C. Never mind. $20 from Donnie C. It's over, boys and girls. It has been knocked out for tonight. Yay. Thank you very much. Anything else you contribute will go towards either tomorrow morning's show or anything you contribute, if it's $100 over, will go towards doing an extra 30 minutes tonight. So we do an extra hour. Texican Marine gifting a membership to, Terrence TK.
Aw, Terrence is thrilled.
Terrence TK got the membership. Sorry about that, Terrence. I know that it doesn't sit well for you to get that during the offering plate segment. Soren Ringholm says April's Sofitel joke deserved more.
It did.
What was your Sofitel joke?
I prefer Harditel.
No, I agree with how I responded.
I hate you. Consistently.
I agree with me. Zul McCool says, we know you're good people because you like golf. I was telling April this, though. Golf is fun. I love golf. I think it's great. But when October rolls around and it's time to, put away the golf clubs for the year, it's kind of like people who quit smoking. And you're like, holy shit, I never realized how much money I spent on smoking until I quit.
You've got all this money now.
Yeah, I feel like October to May, you're like, holy shit, I didn't realize how much fucking money I spent on golf. Loaded Wrench says, gifted memberships are the cringiest part of the show. Hey, wait a minute. He's copying. He's making fun of old Terrence there. I can't say that. Donnie C again for the win, says Helgi. Yes, Donnie C for the win tonight.
You.
Optic Nerve says Gordy for the e-begging is good.
He loves it.
It is. Maybe he's undefeated. I don't know. Zul McCool also says join the country club. Well, I'm not. Do I really look like a country club kind of a guy?
We like mixing it up between different courses, too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really country club material. All right, let's either put him down or kind of ignore him for a little bit and continue on here.
I can do a show. We weren't talking about anything.
I can't, though. It's not a you thing.
Right, ready, bud?
It's a me thing. I can't sit here and do a broadcast thing, and we're playing with the dog and
all right,
shit.
He's gone.
It's a weird autistic tick that I have.
No kidding.
I'm owning what my problem is. I'm just saying, as the host of the show.
Sorry, Gord.
Just a weird tick that I have.
Mommy loves you.
Donnie C says, I will get a membership next month. I spent my quota for the month. Well, first of all, thank you for spending your quota, knocking out our goal tonight. And second of all, somebody gift Donnie C a membership, for Christ's sakes, for all he's done tonight.
It was a lot. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Let's get this guy let's do some business with this fella. All right, we are $10 into tomorrow. Muddy Baboon with $10 over on Rumble says for the win. Yeah, I mean that does give us the W tonight.
Yes,
so
it does.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Very, very much. Make sure you watch the second part of the Elisa Jordana thing that I put up today. A lot of people really enjoying those, and we hope you do as well. So I've got some dirty, dirty gossip for everyone. Dirty, dirty, filthy, stinky gossip. Joe Jonas, the Jonas brother, and what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Sophie Turner,
Sansa.
a.k.a. Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa Stark and Joe Jonas got divorced, and apparently It's from this Sansa Stark being a little bit of either a hooah or Sansa is kind of an ungrateful bitch who talks shit behind people's back.
Well, those are very different things.
Well,
Pick one.
we're not sure exactly what it is because it's being very shrouded in secrecy right now. We don't have a lot of details.
Isn't that how those are supposed to go, though? It's supposed to be private.
Well, before we get into that, thank you to Matt Fields for 5 memberships, Good Citizen Media, Kenneth Pogue, Fat Cody, The Real Joe, and E-Dub all getting a membership. Oh, you know what?
Thank you.
Donnie C., make sure your memberships are activated on this channel, your gifted membership. So if someone does decide to gift them, maybe you get one. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So apparently a Ring, the reason they're getting a divorce is a Ring doorbell that Joe Jonas, a Ring doorbell video camera that Joe Jonas saw, had her being caught doing something apparently untoward.
Okay.
Joe Jonas saw or heard something that Sophie Turner, that was the last straw in his decision to file for divorce, and it involves a Ring camera. How strange that a Ring camera is the thing that made them take off their rings. Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
That was terrible.
Multiple sources who have direct contact with Joe tell... this is, again, if you're in Hollywood, if you're an actor or you're a singer, stop thinking you have friends.
No, they're all rats.
Yeah, stop thinking anybody gives a shit about you or loves you or cares about you unconditionally. They're all in it to get something out of the deal. Multiple sources who have direct contact with Joe tell TMZ, meaning multiple sources who are pieces of shit friends to Joe Jonas, ratted him out to us here at TMZ.
Yeah.
And said that Joe had access to a Ring cam that he said captured Sophie saying and or doing something that made him realize the marriage was over.
That to me says she was bitching about him or something like that, or said something nasty.
This is the really shitty part of this. And that is that now you've told me that this happened, and now you're making me a gossipy piece of shit because now you've hooked me in and you won't tell me. Now I need to know.
Why?
I wouldn't have needed to know. I wouldn't have given a shit. I wouldn't have cared that these two are getting a divorce. Who gives a shit? They'll both find hot people to go fuck. Cool,
Yes.
Great. It's Hollywood. That's the way it works. But when you tell me that he saw her doing something on a Ring camera that made him realize the marriage was over, and then you say, but I'm not going to tell you. All you're now doing, and this is where TMZ is brilliant, you're making me go back to TMZ to check in every once in a while going, what the fuck did this bitch do to get this guy to divorce her? I need to know. Was she getting deep dicked on the Ring camera? Because if so, that's a horrific thing to have to watch.
I hate to take that sexy thing away from you, but it does kind of touch on why in the next
I get it, but I'm just setting the thing up at the moment. Donnie C says, that's okay. I will get one next month. Just enjoying the show tonight. Hey, you activate your gifted memberships. Somebody will get you one. I'm Hoff. Last name Agate says, talk about a sensationalist non-story. See, because Sansa, because of Game of Thrones.
Nope, don't get it.
He did a hard to tell. TMZ broke the story. Joe and Sophie's marriage has been on the rocks for at least 6 months, and it was all over a significant difference in lifestyles. As one source put it, she likes to party, he likes to stay at home. They have very different lifestyles. Well, so one could gather that she was on the Ring doorbell bitching about him being a homebody.
Yeah. I mean, that would be hard if she likes to go out and he will never go out with her.
She's like, that's why I like to just go out to the clubs and just have men rub dicks all over my butt.
What
He's
if
like,
that's not what she's...
It's like, hey, wait a minute. I think I've got to divorce this woman. She's having people rub dicks on her butt on a dance floor. That's no good. I can't have my wife being a butt dick rubber.
Okay, but that's something that he's probably done. He's a Jonas brother.
Oh, he's a Jonas brother. They wore purity rings. They're good boys.
Whatever.
How dare you? And then also I heard that she is kind of a cunt and really wants him to move back to London. She wants to move back to London, and he's like, no offense. I know you're British and all that, but London's fucking gay, bro.
I don't think I'd move to London.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Sophie has been in London, but Joe and his bros were touring the U.S., and he had his 2 small kids in tow. Oh, good. So she can go out and just Casey Anthony it up, and she can party. No, I don't mean murder the children.
Okay, thanks.
No, she can just go and party and do her thing, and Joe can take care of the kids.
I did see that he's had the kids for like a long time.
Joe and Sophie said in a joint statement Wednesday, after 4 wonderful years of marriage, that'd be funny if they've been married for 6. They're like, look, after 4 great years of marriage and 2 unbelievably, painstakingly shitty ones, we've decided to cut bait on this whole deal. There are many speculative narratives as to why, they said, which means what they'd like you to do is mind your own fucking business.
Which is fair. Leave them alone.
That's what they're
not
trying
even
to
a
say.
very interesting couple.
Mr. Me gifting a membership to Michael Franklin. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry. I mean, we're trying to get Donnie a membership here because he's such a generous guy. But he's got to turn it on, and then it's got to hit him randomly, essentially. Mr. Me says, wait, how do you select who to give a gifted membership to? Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's 100% random.
I think so, too.
I think it goes first based on who spends the most time watching the show.
Maybe.
And then after that, like I said, just totally random. But thank you guys for trying to get him one. All right, I've got Kevin Costner divorce news. I've got Australian sex teacher. I've got the Biden ditching a Medal of Honor winner in the middle of a ceremony and just walking off.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Oh, that's filthy.
I have, a New Jersey guy who's been arrested for using a drone to drop green dye into people's swimming pools.
That's just fun.
It's just kind of an asshole, though. We got Chinese workers who were having trouble with a project, so they just punched a couple holes in the Great Wall of China. And we got that Proud Boys leader, Enrique Tarrio, sentenced to 22 years for his role in January 6th. God, that is, I mean, they are just really some vindictive fuckers over that January 6th, man.
Was it worth it?
22 years in prison for his role in the deadly January 6th Capitol insurrection. I mean, deadly. One of the protesters got shot to death and somebody else got trampled. I don't know if I'd go deadly.
No.
But yeah.
It wasn't even like a serial killing.
We are way past even being able to ask if we can have the debate as to whether or not people have overblown how serious January 6th was. Like, you're not even allowed to ask if we can talk about whether or not we've kind of overstated it with hyperbole anymore.
No. The answer is no.
No, we've said exactly what it is. The Civil War times 9/11 plus slavery equals January 6th. And Pearl Harbor at the same time.
Satan.
Yes. And the Holocaust plus the Trail of Tears. And don't question it or you're a Nazi. So Henry Enrique Tarrio, former leader of the right-wing extremist group Proud Boys, was sentenced on Wednesday to 22 years in prison for his role in the deadly January 6th insurrection. Tarrio's sentencing caps one of the highest profile prosecutions related to the Capitol riot, and his is the longest sentence handed down in the January 6th cases. What is it? I mean, what was he like leading the vanguard? No, he wasn't Ray Epps.
No, I kind of thought I heard Gavin talking about it today, and he said that it's just because this guy wanted to be there.
Right.
And he wasn't even there.
So, now, CJ says Tarrio wasn't even in D.C. on January 6th.
That is what Gavin said then. This guy wasn't there, but he expressed that he wanted to be there.
Get the fuck out of here. He wasn't even there?
No.
And they're throwing him in jail for 22 years? That's insane.
Mm-hmm. They've got a hard on for these people, for sure.
Wow, that is, I mean, maybe I was going to say whoever's president next can pardon him, but do you really want to be the president who pardons the fucking leader of the Proud Boys? No.
I don't know.
No, you don't want to be. Tarrio was found. Here, you be the president, and I'll be your main advisor who tells you what you should do and say, hey, should I maybe pardon the leader of the Proud Boys?
Hey, should I pardon the leader of the Proud Boys?
Are you out of your fucking mind? No.
Jeez.
We are not pardoning do you know what they're going to do to us in the media and in the approval polls? They're going to think that we're fucking Nazis. You know what? Yes, Mr. President. Why don't you go pardon the leader of the Proud Boys? But don't do it here, Mr. President. Okay? Don't do it here. Go somewhere else.
Just kind of thought he was done dirty.
No. Go. You should go to a destination. I've got one in mind.
Okay. Where's that?
In Nuremberg. Do it in fucking Nuremberg if you're going to pardon the leader of the Proud Boys, because they're just going to call you a Nazi anyway. And you know what? Wear a funny mustache and an armband. Lean in, Mr. President. I swear to Christ, if you pardon that fucking FBI informant dipshit Enrique Tarrio, I will quit.
Did you forget a tampon in?
If you'll excuse me, I have to go take an Advil. I have a bad headache now. I'm stressed out, Mr. President.
I'm so sorry to have inconvenienced thee.
Prosecutors had sought a 33-year sentence for Tarrio. Wasn't even at the January 6th Capitol riot because he was arrested days earlier for vandalizing a Black Lives Matter banner at a historic black church in D.C.
Oh, that'll do
in
it.
2020. I mean, it does. Look, in fairness, it's on brand for the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
It's on brand.
But 22 years?
Right. Well, here prosecutors said that Tarrio maintained command over Proud Boys members after his arrest and cheered on the group as its members stormed the Capitol. But wait a minute, aren't you allowed to do that?
Storm the Capitol?
No. What I'm saying is, like, if you're not there, aren't you allowed to go, yeah, fucking right, you fucking do it?
Well, then you're inciting something.
But like, if
you're inciting a riot and you were in a position of leadership, I can see how that maybe looks untoward. But
okay, but he wasn't like there.
I know.
Telling him they should go, like Ray Epps was.
Neither was Donald Trump. But look what happened to him.
So Ray Epps is there. He's literally telling people, hey, you know what you should do? We should storm the Capitol. And that guy's living with his wife somewhere on Fed Island.
Yeah.
Enrique Tarrio, and by the way, this is not me being like an Enrique Tarrio guys. I think the Proud Boys are gay. I always heard that Enrique Tarrio was an FBI informant.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I always heard that he was a government asset, which is why this is weird to me.
Probably just a government ass.
Jesse Paccioli, I love this when new people come in. What are these two wearing? Just shirts, my friend. Just shirts.
T-shirts?
He also says, this show is weird. I'm out of here. Yeah, if you're not weird, this probably isn't going to be for you. It's going to go a little, but that's okay. Hey, Jesse, thanks for giving us 2.5 minutes. I appreciate it. Sage with $2 sending us a link to the Gateway Pundit. DOJ prosecutors seek 120 days in prison for Owen Schroyer for speaking out against stolen 2020 election. The InfoWars guy, Owen?
I hate this shit.
Pleaded guilty in June to a single Class A misdemeanor of entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds on January 6th, 2021. So they want to throw old Owen in jail for 120 days. Fuck it. That's just symbolic.
For a speech crime.
That's just symbolic and petty. Shit. Tarrio is an informant, they're saying. He's a well-known informant. This is all a CIA work. Chansley was innocent. He only walked in, escorted by police to help them get people to leave. His only crime was saying a prayer on the Senate floor. Well, didn't he get his sentence commuted? Isn't he out now?
He is out.
Yeah, the goat boy.
Goat boy.
What is it? The Q shaman they call him?
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't think he's Q or a shaman. So I think goat boy is better. But, Enrique Tarrio. So does this mean the government just up and turned on one of its own? Mm-hmm. If Tarrio
Probably
was
just to save face, honestly.
Boy, those are some cold-blooded motherfuckers.
Can't even work for him. You might get canned.
Oh, my God. So he's an FBI, so he's an informant, but they're still going to throw him in jail for, what was it, 22 years, 23 years?
120 days.
No, not Owen Schroyer from
22
InfoWars.
years.
Yeah, 22 years for Enrique. Fuck. Really regretting that whole informant thing at this point, aren't you?
Well, how fucked, honestly.
They just use you up, and then when you're not good to them anymore, they just off to prison you go.
Not worth it.
The Cum Dragon says the Proud Boys started at Compound Media. That's true. I watched the whole start and evolution of the Proud Boys.
You also started the Toe Boys.
And then the Toe Boys got started as a little goof on the Proud Boys. It really got weird.
What?
It started as he wanted to start a men's club, like the Elks.
But how gay is that, too?
That's
labeling it a guy's club?
That's gay, but it got gayer after that. Then he picked that gay Aladdin play as the theme song for the Proud Boys. Then it became you got to name breakfast cereals while we punch you, and then you can be a member. Then you have to get a tattoo, and there's all these rules about venerating housewives and
Something about thong sandals.
yeah, the entrepreneurs and shit like that. And it just got it's almost like he was making a soup.
Got away from him.
And yeah, and everyone kept coming in and adding then there was something about no whacking off, and then you gotta fuck, and then
It's like when you're making a WAP back in college.
whoa, language.
The drink.
Oh, of course. Call it jungle juice.
That's not what we called it. It was always WAP.
Continue on.
Yeah, somebody just throws like a nasty bottle of something in there and ruins the whole thing.
Here's black licorice snubs. What the fuck are you doing?
Thanks, guys.
That's not reasonable. Come on. Come on now. But yeah, the whole Gavin McInnes starting the Proud Boys thing was like, we should start a thing where we say fuck censorship and we drink whiskey. And it's like, okay, harmless, fine. And to be in it, you gotta punch each other while you name breakfast cereals. And, all right, super gay,
How retarded.
still harmless,
No girl wants to be with that.
fine.
No
And then
offense.
it was no jacking off. It's like, all right, the minute your group starts looking at each other's cocks, now you've gone to a gayness level that you can't escape. As soon as you're asking your members, like, have you been whacking off? It's like, how about you ask me about my cock more, you weirdo?
Okay.
No.
How is your cock?
It's tired. It's ready for bed. It's finished. It's done with.
Is it gone existed?
It's gone existed.
What? He's a Ken doll.
Yeah, and then it got way out of hand where he was like, well, you know, he was on his show on Compound and he's like, if they throw stuff at us, can we smash them in the face with a brick? And it's like, yeah, okay, all right, let's not. And then he was like, yeah, maybe we'll go up to Berkeley and we'll fight the Antifa people. Like they thought it was all like soccer hooligans, you know, matching up and fighting each other. And then, yeah, it was, again, it just made, it just got away from them and got really gay. It started as a fun little gumbo and then turned into a gamebo.
Try again.
Gamebo. Gayumbo.
No.
Right?
Probably just gumbo because it starts with a G.
You know what? I'm a weirdo. This just came to my mind for a second here, and I wanted to vocalize this before we had to go tonight. You know what? Just straight. I think it's time to watch Game of Thrones again.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I just had a random thought while I was about to come down here for the show, and I may or may not have then had to watch a video on it. I thought about the Blackfish retaking River Run, and I was like, that's a pretty badass move, and I really like the Blackfish. And then, like, everything cool that happened with the Blackfish happened off camera, and it was another thing, and then I just got pissed at Game of Thrones again. I was like, the Blackfish was a really awesome, cool character, and they barely put him in there, and fuck them for that.
There needs to be main characters and supplemental ones.
He should have been
He
more
wasn't a
important.
main character.
The Blackfish was fucking awesome.
He wasn't even close to a main character.
Loved it. And then they were showing stuff in the books that the Blackfish did, and I'm like, where was that shit in that show? So, yeah, I did think about Game of Thrones real quick, and then I got mad again at Game of Thrones, which seems to be my general relationship with that program.
Okay.
At any rate.
Thank you for informing us.
Yes. So Enrique Tarrio, Proud Boy leader, he's going to jail for 22 years, and apparently it's a case of the federal government flipping on one of their informants, the ruthless bastards.
Just retarded.
This was kind of cool. Kevin Costner's soon-to-be ex-wife has been ordered to pay his attorney fees.
Good.
I love that. She has dragged him through the fucking mud. He has offered her, what did he offer her, like $60,000 a month?
Too much. Honestly, it was something like that.
He offered her like $60,000 a month in child support. She was like, fuck that, I want like $250,000. She wanted $250K in child support. She wanted $3 million a year to be ex-Miss Kevin Costner.
No, thank you.
So then his offer of 60 was poo-pooed. She turned it down. So they kept going through court. And now usually what will happen is if somebody offers a reasonable offer and the other party will not even entertain it, and then it goes before a judge and the judge sides with the offer that was made, he'll go, okay, everything past this certain point where this guy brought up a very reasonable concept and you said no, you're going to pay every legal bill he had to incur from then until now. Because all he did was go, hey, here's a reasonable way to get this whole thing to stop. And you went, fuck you. And you just kept racking up the bills. So now you're going to pay for everyone.
You're making this drag out for everyone involved.
I like that. So apparently he's going to get his legal bills paid.
Good.
I don't know if that means he's getting his way on the prenup and the child support, though. As reported last month, Kevin's lawyer, Laura Wasser, asked Christine if she understood the premarital agreement she signed. It's significant to question because there are signs Christine will challenge the prenup. Understanding it before signing it is relevant. Christine and her lawyers essentially said they didn't understand what understand meant.
Oh my God.
So you see how the legal bill got racked up because
Yeah.
they kept fucking playing games like
can
this.
Can you explain that in another email and or phone call and or court appearance?
What's funny about this,
God.
what's hilarious about this, is that every time lawyers and the woman does this, they think they're being so fucking smart.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're being so clever and they're just playing dumb and whatever. And I would say 9 times out of 10, the judge comes back and goes, yeah, real fucking cute. You're wasting all of our time. Pay his fucking legal bills and you guys get this shit figured out.
Aaron, how much did it take to understand what the word understand meant? How much did it cost?
Well, there was a lot of back and forth between lawyers, and Kevin's bill for trying to squeeze an answer to the question amounted to $14,237.50.
Go fuck yourself.
Here's how I want that check paid. I want a check written out to me for $14,237, but then I want you to meet me in person to give me the 50 cents. I want you to hand me the 50 cents for all of the fucking headaches and problems you caused. I want you to dig them out in front of me and then put them in my hands if I'm Kevin Costner. Because nobody expects Kevin Costner to hold things up over 50 cents. He's a gajillionaire.
Yeah.
I want that last 50 cents.
Okay.
And then as I'm walking out of the courthouse, I'm throwing them in a wishing well.
And what are you wishing on them?
All the bad things. All of them. The case is back in court today, and the judge ordered Christine to pay Kevin the $14,000+ bill. This comes days after Kevin won a huge victory over child support. Christine was asking for $248,000 a month, but Kevin argued the realistic and appropriate amount was $63K. The judge said yes.
Wow.
To the 63.
Good for this guy.
So Kevin
That's still ridiculous.
Look, he got a good deal. It's going to work out great for him. And like I said, if he says I'll give her $63K and she runs up everybody's legal bills because she's saying, nope, I want $3 million a year, and it goes before the judge and he agrees with Kevin Costner, then yeah, it's a foregone conclusion that you're paying his bills too.
Do we understand that that's more than some people make in a year?
I mean, to them, no, they don't know that anymore. I mean, fuck. If you found out that, and by the way, don't do that. Don't tell Kevin Costner that people make $60,000 a year because he'll have a fucking heart attack and die. You're going to kill Kevin Costner with that news.
Are you going to be okay if he does?
Do you know how many years it's been the last time Kevin Costner didn't make at least $5 million in a year?
I don't know.
And you know what he called those? The thin years.
Oh.
Called those the years. I didn't get to buy a new ranch property that year. That was really hard for me and my family. Rusty Grammer says if those gold-digging broads can't provide the proof the support payments weren't spent on the child, fuck them, case closed. I agree.
I always agree. There should be receipts.
Yeah.
I think that, you know what I like, actually? There should be receipts for shit like over the last month, and whatever was spent on those kids that you are on the hook to help with, you should pay for it then the first day of that next month.
Rusty Grant, oh God, there was one more that I wanted to get to there. Yeah, P.A. Cheddar says it's like when Taylor Swift sues people for $1 just for principle. Yeah, there was the radio DJ who like grabbed her ass or whatever.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Grabbed her ass in a picture, and then she sued him so that he would have to, be found guilty in court, and she sued him for $1. And she got her $1 from the guy so that he would have to, so publicly he would get to be outed as the guy who squeezed her ass during a photo.
He probably got more like pats on the back for that than anything.
No, he lost his radio job and everything. That fucked him up. That guy got,
what a weird thing.
I hope the ass squeeze was worth it, dipshit, because it cost you the whole thing.
Wow.
All of it. We got enough time for one or two here. Let's do a couple of quick hits. Let's take a look at this Biden ditching a Medal of Honor ceremony early, leaving a heroic Vietnam War veteran alone during his benediction. If I hadn't seen shit like this out of him before, I would go, oh my God, what an asshole.
What a piece of shit.
But we've seen him just be aloof and kind of, for lack of a better word, wander off before.
He's just, confused.
Yeah, so you see him do it this time, and you just go, you look at the Medal of Honor winner, and before he does that Native American tear running down his face, you go, no, it's not personal. It's not like an anti-Vietnam War thing. He just does that sometimes.
He doesn't understand the weight that this moment carries for you. We
just kind of, from time to time, need to let Joe wander off, and we just kind of station some people on the street to make sure he doesn't cross the street. It's kind of the same rules for a toddler.
Well, if you keep him in that one spot for too long, he just kind of stands there and starts combusting and says things like,
yeah. Sometimes he pokes at his asshole and then sniffs it and is like, we can't have him doing that in public in front of cameras. China will invade Taiwan tomorrow.
He starts looking for a kid to grab.
Yeah, so we just got to let him kind of do his thing for a little bit. So it's nothing personal. It's not that he doesn't like you or the troops. It's just we got to let him wander. So here he is. This guy's getting his Congressional Medal of Honor, which is an honor that very, very, very few people have ever gotten in this country's history. And here's how Joe decided to treat it. There we go. Hey, I got my Medal of Honor. I'm standing next to it. What the
Oh, he was crying.
Is he just going to fucking leave? Like, I'm up here, I'm crying. I got my Medal of Honor.
What the hell?
Biden literally just took one picture with him and then fucked off.
He looks so happy about it, too.
Excuse me, sir? Sir, there's even that photographer lady's like, what the Medal of Honor guy is up there. Now he's just kind of standing up there alone, just wondering what the fuck he's supposed to do.
I don't like this at all.
Don't show the guy. Oh, come on. He's just kind of standing there like he's having one of those moments where he's like, was that in the script? Like that they didn't tell me that he was just going to fuck off and leave.
Is this a bit?
Yeah. Is Trump coming up instead? God damn, the Vietnam vets are getting old.
This hurts me. I don't like watching this.
Dude, when I was a kid, Vietnam vets were like in their late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And now they look like this. Like that takes you back for a little bit. Well, you got to think 64 to 73. So if they were 18 and 64, we're talking about 77 years old now. Mm-hmm. The oldest ones.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm sorry, not the oldest
youngest
ones. The youngest ones would be 18 and 73, so they'd be in their late 60s. Fuck. So there's not much time for the Vietnam veterans. They got to like...
Are you having a moment?
They got maybe 20 years left.
You feeling old?
Before they're all gone. How many World War II guys do we have still hanging around? There can't be too many of those.
No.
So there's that poor bastard just standing there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for the benediction.
They haven't even done the benediction yet, and the president's already off at the vending machine grabbing some Skittles.
Fuck that guy then, not him. Fucking Joe Biden here. What an asshole.
And by the way, the excuse they gave when they asked about it is they said, well, it was because of COVID.
No, it wasn't.
They said, well, it was about spreading, it's about not spreading COVID. I'm like, so wait a minute. So unmasked Joe Biden just walked through an entire group of unmasked people and walked through that entire group early because of COVID? Like,
at what point can we all just be exhausted with these people and decide to say no? Just no, that behavior's not okay. Can anyone tell him?
No, you know what? It's a good idea. Matthew Jenkins with a good point. I think he was doing an impression of what the American government does to veterans. There you go. So that was actually, it was a good impression.
Fine.
In that case. Theodore Roosevelt says, F Biden, I would have never done that to my Rough Riders. That's right, Teddy. You led their asses up San Juan Hill. You wouldn't have just left. You know what history would be like if Teddy would have just went back down San Juan Hill when he got halfway through? Be a coward is what he'd be. Rusty Grammer says Sloppy Joe wanted to see if the young girl in the back was under 8 years old or if she was too old for him.
I'd buy that. 100% I'd buy it. He's like, oh, I saw a cute kid back here.
Just walk away from the poor bastard like that is just
an asshole.
Just remarkable. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I'm very excited about tomorrow's show. I hope you join us for that. We are done with evening shows. We're $20 into tomorrow. Thank you so much for that. It's going to be April's last morning show tomorrow morning for the week.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys join us. We hope to get another big W and make it 3 in a row. And then who knows, maybe we chip away at this $100 that we were short last night and do an extra hour of overtime.
Thanks, guys.
For you guys. So take it easy. Thank you very much. Consider becoming a member. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Rumble, YouTube, you guys are great. Facebook, X, you guys are awesome too. April, thank you very much.
Thanks.